All right. What is up? Welcome to the Sport of the Kings. My name is Tank Kramer with Brian the Grizzly, and Brandman should be joining us shortly. What's going on, man?
Dude, Interview with Vampire is hot fire. I don't care. It's hot fire. Let's go. Yeah. I'm ready to go anytime, any place. Let's go. I'm ready to go talk on the moon, on Mars. I'll be whatever, wherever you are. I'm going to go talk about it. I'm on it, dude. I am.
It is. It is become. I can't watch it on Sunday when it airs. So I usually watch it Monday.
I watch it Sunday night. Whenever I'm done, whatever I'm doing, Sunday night, I'm sitting there watching it. And now Ashley's watching it with me, and we're like, dude, what the hell?
Yeah,
like, this is interesting. Why didn't you let me watch this film again? I was like, I begged you.
It is. It's really good, man. It's really, really good. All right, let's see what we got in here. We got 80s kid from the 90s. What's up? How you doing? Kevin Davis said Bad Boys, Ride or Die, and Venom The Last Dance will make a profit for Sony Pictures.
Oh, I agree. It's for me. I'm gonna probably see 4 or 5 times.
Both of them?
Bad Boys definitely. Venom. I like the we'll get to it.
I haven't watched the trailer.
I didn't watch the whole trailer. I watched the reactions to the trailer. I like what everyone's saying. But the story doesn't sound good. So
I don't know.
Everyone's saying like,
I didn't really like Venom, so I don't know if I'm gonna like the third one. I mean, they were fun enough. I didn't hate them.
The second one, I didn't like Carnage.
Nah, a waste.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, we'll watch the trailer and then Bad Boys. I think Bad Boys comes out this weekend, right? I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I already bought my ticket. So.
That and not Elemental.
That's the 14th.
Inside Out. Inside Out.
That's my birthday.
Oh, it comes out on your birthday.
Yeah. Nice. It's the 14th. So.
Okay. Know what you're doing on your birthday then. Taking the girls to go see.
That's what I actually said. We already know what you're doing your birthday.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like you're right.
Yeah. So I'll go to the lobby. Yeah. See, like that. I love that. It reminds me of the drive-in, the thing in our starting soon screen, and it is public domain, so it is. You can't copyright us on it. The music, I was having issues with it, and then I think it would have been a little too much. Although I did want to do because in the drive-in they're like 2 minutes.
Yeah, that would be so great.
That would have been like having like countdown.
Oh man, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. I liked it. We got Jason in here. What's up, Sport of King? So excited for this stream, bro. We appreciate you being in here. I know you were doing a lot of soccer or football. Football stuff. Yeah. If you're into a lot of that stuff, go check out Jason. And he does obviously reviews and all the other fun stuff. But I know right now there's like some big tournament event, something like that happening in Europe. So he's watching that. Then we got Mama Bear saying hello. What's up, Mama Bear?
This is what I think about Interview with a Vampire. It's a cereal milk.
We're talking about cereal milk and watching cartoons when you're a kid. Look what came in today. Yeah.
Oh, finally. Why did mine not come in? Green always die.
It's yellow. It's not green. I don't know why the green screen is killing it, but yeah, with the Wolverine claws and.
I don't know why mine didn't come in yet. I'm stuck with Star Wars.
Yeah. So this is the Star Wars. That is pretty sick though. But this is one of our shirts on our merch store. So it's linked on in our YouTube channel and stuff like that. So you could buy this and support us. Support is very, very little. I tried to put it as low as possible. I mean, when you guys buy a shirt or anybody buys a shirt, I think we get like 5 or 10 cents. Because I'd rather have like it become a thing before making money and stuff like that. So
you're not trying to be screen crushed? Then make it the whole screen, the whole channel
every week. Every week there's a new merch drop. So Yeah, you check that out. The host was moving today. On your other channel.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, well, we appreciate you coming in and hanging out with Mama Bear.
I'm just wanting to show off this stuff. Hold on.
All this stuff. All right, good. What we got? Dude, I'm sorry, I watched the trailer. Don't worry. We watch it again with us. See how it comes out. And then we got Brandman Niles. What's up?
Hi.
Brian showing off all his goodies. Oh my god. Yeah, everyone to do. I gotta make that not a GIF, but a little thing.
A video like
a little video, have it like pop up right in between us all.
Just random.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
So I got this one, and then I don't know if you guys saw all the releases of him.
Yeah, I want that one so bad with the metal.
Yeah, I want that one too.
Oh man, Logan, that's a good one.
And of course, I showed you. I had the one where he's with the thing on his head. Weapon X.
Yeah, like from the Weapon X.
Yeah, that one's super cool. I want the Weapon X one, the Ant-Manium being released, and I think they have the Deadpool Wolverine one. I don't know if it's out yet, but I know I saw it on like Funko email or something like that.
Well, you know, I mean, they just I don't even buy them. They just send it to me and say we'll bill you later.
Yeah, just get a monthly bill from them.
Like, hey Brian,
we
took it on ourselves to send it to you. So that's why I don't know how I even got this one. It just came in the mail.
It just showed up.
I was like, all right.
Marvelous Pops. He's got so many, man. It's so many.
At least I don't have the box still. Like it's only like a couple more, and so I built another shelf over here. so now there's 2 shelves over there. And what I'm gonna do, I'll have sports side, and then I'll have my other stuff. So I'll just move it around.
Yeah.
It won't be rotating, but at least I'll be able to rotate the desk.
We gotta find you a way to find like a rotating desk or something to put on like on a swivel. You know what I mean? So it's easy just do it. Yeah, we'll find something how to do that. Jason said, which one are you more excited for, Bad Boys or the Axel F sequel?
Not even a question. Bad Boys.
Yeah.
I think I'm leaning more towards Bad Boys just because I liked Bad Boys I've consistently liked the Bad Boys movies. And then I liked Bad Boys for Life a lot more than I expected to, even with the new directors. And
anything I haven't liked from Bad Boys.
Yeah, so I'd say Bad Boys. Like we said in the past, it's just too bad they didn't have the benefit of foresight, because this would have been the one to call Bad Boys for Life.
But, that's what they thought they were done, and I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm not.
Yeah, but you don't put like something like that. Like you could have been, what was this one, Ride or Die or something it's called?
Ride or Die.
You could have named that one this one, and still had that same like, oh, this could be a good ending title, Ride or Die, like that.
Ride or Die means it's not, doesn't sound like it's an end.
It does, like Ride or Die. If you die,
you're gonna get no.
Oh no, yeah, they're gonna do another one.
Ride or Die
means so well. Yeah, number 3 did well. 4 is gonna do well. They're gonna do another one. They're gonna, but they should have maybe flipped 3 and 4 subtitle for sure.
It's hilarious because, like, literally, I don't know if you guys remember 22 Jump Street. It's literally what's going on. They're literally just releasing. I'm waiting for the video game, the Bad Boys video game.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that video game they had for PS2 when Bad Boys 2 came out? It was actually kind of a fun game.
They need to really re-release it for PS5.
It wasn't anything like, it wasn't like a God of War or GTA, but it was a fun time waster. It was just like it was kind of like a standard shooter game, but it was kind of fun. I remember having a lot of fun with it.
I remember back then there was so many video game movies, or
a lot of tie-ins.
Yeah.
They had one. They had I forgot what it was called, but they had one for Men in Black 2, which I remember being a kid and seeing that in the theater and just being really let down by Men in Black 2, but really liking the video game.
The video game.
Just having fun with the video game.
Bad Boys
Miami
Takedown.
That's the one. That's the one. That was the name of it. Yep. But yeah, I'm going. That's my Friday night plans. Bad Boys.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
and then the other one's on Netflix, so it's not. I don't feel like it's that big of an event.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting how the Eddie Murphy like long overdue sequels are hitting streaming. At the absolute least, this does look like a big improvement over the second Coming to America, which just didn't need to happen, by the way. But there's enough you could do with Beverly Hills Cop that warrant sequels.
But it should have happened like 20 years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say a long time.
Yeah. If they were gonna make it, they should have struck while the iron was hot. They could have left it at this point. They could have left Coming to America alone. It stood absolutely fine on its own. And it still does, I'd say, because I feel like everyone forgot all about Coming to America like right after it started, like maybe like 2 days after it started streaming. No one was really talking about it.
People rolled their eyes and said, "All right, I'm good."
Yeah.
Actually, I'm okay with as long as I hear. It's the most 80s sound thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, absolutely.
I feel like, oh man, or was it like Family Guy's like, and then another, like, getting that 80s feel. I love that.
Yeah. But Bad Boys. I'm definitely more excited for.
Yeah,
consistently like those movies.
What else is coming out? So I know Inside Out 2 is coming out, and what's another big release this month?
This month,
let's look at my tickets.
Yeah, I gotta look.
I already sent my tickets, put my tickets up. So let's look at it.
And the Exorcism.
No, I'm not worried about that. The Watchers.
Day.
The Watchers.
The Watchers comes out this month?
That's June.
This month.
Yeah, June 7th. Remember we were talking about that? Like, can it do well along with Bad Boys? Or is it going to get eclipsed by Bad Boys?
Yeah.
Isn't a Quiet Place coming out this month?
Quiet Place. Yeah.
This month.
Thank goodness that's coming and going because I'm sick of seeing the trailer for that every time I go to AMC. I resent that movie just on account of how many times they play the trailer whenever I go to the movies. You can't escape the trailers for it.
No, you really can't.
No. Because I'm doing a poll real quick. What movies are you most excited about for June? Since it's the beginning of June. So Bad Boys 2, Inside Out 2, or Bad Boys 4, Inside Out 2, A Quiet Place Day 1, and The Watchers.
Yep.
So I'll put that poll out there if you guys want to go on YouTube and check that out. All right, let me get caught up here. Everyone's saying hi. Travis saying hi. Yo, what cereals?
Travis.
So I was eating Golden Grams today.
Nice.
Oh, man, I haven't had that in forever.
Dude, same.
I was thinking about Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I was like, nah.
That's my favorite.
I consistently have Cinnamon Toast Crunch in my house or Cocoa Krispies.
Yeah.
Or Cocoa Pebbles. One or the other.
I like Cocoa Pebbles. That's exactly what I was going to say. I like Cocoa Pebbles, man. That's me.
Well, we have like with my son, we have so much like Honey Nut Cheerios because like you don't need anything too crazy with sugar. So we do.
Yeah, I like Honey Nut Cheerios and Apple Cinnamon Cheerios.
Oh, what's the other one? Oat Crunch Cheerios. Try that because holy shit, those are amazing.
I've been meaning to.
I think they're like cinnamon.
I've been meaning to.
Like that. They're
you get old where like I like Banana Nut Brand.
Banana Brand.
You getting old. That Banana Nut Brand is so good. Helps me just stay regular. All right, guys. I can't wait much longer for Interview with the Vampire. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm ready when you guys are.
Saying, what's up, everybody? Drew's in the house. Xavier, what's up, Xavier?
Xavier.
Check out Bad Boys on Thursday. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, I'm going Thursday too.
Yeah, we got Perp Minded in the house.
What's up, Perp? Perp, yeah.
Perp. Hopefully you're still in here.
Perp.
Are you watching Interview with the Vampire? I know you're big into horror and stuff like that. I know Interview with the Vampire isn't full on horror. There's some very, very some. Like
there's very minimal horror elements in it. But yeah.
But but I'm interested if you're watching it.
And my boy Anzo.
Anzo.
Yeah, what's up? What's up? Appreciate Anzo being in here and being a member, of course. Perp said, "No, I'm not watching Interview with the Vampire. It's not on my list, but I heard good things." Yeah.
Do it. Make it on your list.
Dude,
it's good.
Just wait till I can talk about this. I'm like holding the end, like, it's so so good.
Yeah. All right. Unfortunately, my local theater just closed doors permanently last week, so seeing these movies become more of a pain. That sucks.
Oh man, that sucks.
That does suck.
That's what happened when Glenwood closed. I was so sad when Glenwood. They had a little theater. I felt like it was my own hole in the wall. I could just go and see all the movies and not worry about nothing. And then close. I was like, what? What we'll do now?
I guess that's a good thing about living in like a city. Like my whole life was like, I mean, you're like walking distance to a theater. Even now, it's not too bad. But out in the burbs, they're everywhere. You know?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about down here. I live like a 15-minute walk, 20-minute walk from the AMC, and then there's another theater like 10 minutes away.
Icon.
Icon, that's the name of it.
Yeah.
I should really know that, considering how often I go over there.
Yeah, that one's an awesome theater.
Yeah, my boy Ron runs one. So
their carne asada fries are off the hook, by the way. But yeah. I usually switch depending on how far I feel like walking.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna jump into it. So we don't wait till the last. I know. Well, so sometimes we wait a little too long to get started. So if you guys did leave like a comment, I saw like Travis. You guys left a comment. Oh, Travis, appreciate it.
Travis, thanks.
Super sticker, I guess. Super chat. We appreciate that, dude, so much. Let me see. I got
seriously.
What I got on here? I feel like I play this all the time, but it's so good.
Shit. Got your ass.
It's just so good. But yeah, we appreciate it.
Ready?
Love that.
Ready? Oh, he's the best.
You're going nowhere.
Minutes of playtime.
Playtime.
Oh my god! Well, I know, super off track. I'm watching One Piece right now, and I'm at a part where it's this big like tournament kind of thing going on, and they've made a bunch of just random characters. There's one guy who looks like just like fucking a Macho Man. The glasses, the hat, like like there's another guy that looks like Steven Tyler from Aerosmith. Like I was like, you guys are running out of ideas, man. Like
that's awesome.
Like
but
that's
Macho
awesome.
Man to do. Come on,
Macho Man is great. I mean, he like got beat in like 2 seconds by somebody else, but it was like, but I'm like, oh, that's definitely inspired by Macho Man. So, but yeah, appreciate that, Travis.
Thank you, Travis.
If you guys have a comment, leave it. We'll get to it in between the topics, but we're gonna start off with getting into the vampires. Let's get into the vamps.
Let's do it.
Oh, so you can play it on repeat. I'm not gonna complain. It is a good one. Even spiders that are you. That sucks. Oh yeah. I was like, wait, what? I forgot about that.
The human spider, yeah.
Human spider.
So really?
Thank God for Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting to make one. We're like halfway through the season. I keep forgetting. All right, let's talk about this episode of Interview with the Vampire.
Let's go.
All right, what is up? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer, Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we're gonna discuss episode 4 of season 2, Interview with the Vampire, titled "I Want You More Than Anything in the World."
Yep.
So, man, not an action-packed episode, but one with a lot of emotion. I feel like a lot of pain.
Yeah, this was for not to steal your thunder, Tank, but yeah, for a show that I can very much consider a character study. This was especially a character study. I loved the Claudia deep dive. How she's getting immersed into this theater. Louis almost felt like a co-star on this episode, which I thought was kind of cool in certain parts. Not a. He didn't take a back seat, but I liked how Claudia centric this episode was, and we were seeing a lot of stuff from her eyes. I thought that was really, really good. I liked how they handled, the Louis Lestat dynamic that's been pretty prominent throughout this season. That was great, right? I liked the pacing. I liked how it jumped between, especially something about how it was jumping between the narrative in the past and the narrative with Louis and Daniel and everyone. It's always worked for me. But the pacing, especially, I think they really brought their A game with on this particular episode. This is just I know I constantly say this, but I just can't stress it enough. This show is really an example of why a lot of literary works should be shows.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot more wiggle room and a lot more flexibility to do more and to do it justice. I really appreciate how this show has made some tweaks, but it still works. It's not like it's very, very respectful in ways that the movies, in ways that Interview with the Vampire and the Queen of the Damned movies weren't. It just fits. Everything about it just flows. And what's the new actress playing Claudia? What's her name?
Delaney or Delani.
Yeah, but yeah, she just does more and more for me with each episode because it kind of feels like they give her more to do with each episode. Mm-hmm. Which I really appreciated. Like I said early on, like the first episode and a half, she took a hot minute to kind of grow on me. But yeah, she's just killing it. She's just crushing it. And Claudia's plight, they just thank you, Xavier. The way they handle it, I just really appreciate. There's a lot of appreciation to be had in this show. I can't sing its praises enough, man.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, it's like you said, it took a while for her to kind of grow on you. I know, for me, it was instantly, and each episode, it's more she proves you are really good. She's really good. I know she has a bunch of awards and experience in England on theater, which definitely plays for good towards what she's doing in the show. She's playing this character who's on theater, and stuff like that, or on the stage. But yeah, this episode with how it started was crazy for me. It was just because it just foreshadowed. It literally told you everything. If you watch it again and pay attention, it's oh, this is what's gonna happen, and it's sad.
Right?
It's sad. It is, man.
Yeah, when the inevitable hits, I'm just gonna be damn it.
Yeah. What about you, Brian?
I mean, they've been foreshadowing from the beginning.
Yeah.
When you saw the other vampire who's the last of her line when the last one that she had a connection with died, her child died. She jumped into the fire. Like all this stuff has been foreshadowed for a while, so we kind of knew what was going on. This was a special episode. I thought this was just. It should have been called "Be Careful What You Wish For."
Mhm.
And I think that works on in every aspect of what this is show. Claudia, well, be careful. I want to be part of something, more. So the coven is that more thing, and then she ends up reliving her biggest, deepest, darkest, thing that hurts her the most every night. And she was fine for the first 500 shows. Like it's like they're like, oh, it's only been 500. What's wrong with you? You got a problem with it? Like it was crazy how everyone was still saying those things, and and then Armand being such a dick to her and being just like Lestat. That was crazy. And then Louis not saying anything early enough because he's so focused on himself. But then she asked for this. So Louis knew she was pulling away. He was happy to let her pull away because he's fine by himself as long as he's still around to see her. But she asked for it and he kind of gave it to her, and now she's stuck being in this coven. Which is sucks, And then look what Louis, Armand and Louis' relationship is so toxic in so many different ways,
Sure is.
And that their power struggle is going back and forth because it's like at one point Armand is the one, like you see in nowadays, Armand is the one really leading the relationship, and back then it was more Louis. And you can see Louis, whoever's more aloof about the whole thing is the one who really runs the relationship the most. And they're both terrible people. That's what I'm realizing. Louis is an awful, awful person.
Yep.
So more and more you realize they're all the villains. There is no villain, but they're all the villains. Yeah.
Well, but Louis, like you said, from day one has been so self-absorbed. Like Claudia is a result of that, like of that wanting more for himself. He's like, oh, I want a family now. And Lestat's like, we shouldn't really do it. He's like, yeah, but I want to. He's like, all right, F it. So it's like Claudia is there because of Louis' like weird like self-absorption, like everything's about him. It's me,
But that's how he was when he was a human.
Yeah.
That's the same exact thing he was. He was doing those same things no matter what.
Yeah.
That character is so crazy. A gay pimp in the early 1900s.
Yeah. But even like in this episode with Louis, like he never takes the blame for any of it. It's Lestat's fault. And now, Claudia, you wanted this. This is what you wanted. I'm suffering because this is what you want. It's like but the thing is, like, Jacob Anderson does it so well. Like he does it so well where it's like he's like that toxic, boyfriend or girlfriend that you would like be in a relationship with. It was like he's so good at it, man. And then the whole Lestat thing, still
that was amazing. When he took him and said, "Oh, we're going hunting," and he sat down, was like, "Oh, you about to end it with him?" He's like, "I'm about to end it," and then all of a sudden he realizes, "Oh, wait a minute, you're not ending it with him. You ended it with me. You're letting me go." And the fact that he started to just disappear was just so well done.
That was awesome.
And then Armand came and sat down, like that was
exactly where he was.
Like it was just replacing. It's just replacing.
Well, it's obvious that Armand is a rebound because he's still you're all totally fixed on this person, and then all of a sudden you're going, okay, I'm done with you. I'm going to use you to get over the person I was really in love with. And that's what he used. But the Armand story was so well done when he went to, and was that the Louvre? Was that what
it was some art museum? I know. I don't know.
Whatever it was. I thought that was so well done when he opened up the doors and he told the story and he told about how his maker and how he's already 400 years old at this point in time, and then how he was basically like a slave, right? And then he was used as a sex slave. You know,
Mm-hmm.
his maker gave him the people. Though he was a good maker, and he gave him the people. It was crazy in a brothel. Like when you hear about his all the stuff that he had to deal with and all his tragedy, and he's like, so what? Who am I? Am I my tragedy? Am I the things I had to deal with? Am I the position I really didn't want? A power that they gave me in France? Is who am I? I don't know what it is. I'm all of these things and none of these things.
Yeah.
It was just, I mean,
Hello.
powerful.
Hey.
Yeah.
It was. But now I'm gonna start calling Armand Aaron from now on. He's Aaron.
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 Yeah, man, it's like that was really good, especially the Armand actor who was telling the story. Like he was really good. You could tell like a lot of emotion and like I was like, damn, like you want to cry for the guy, you know? And then but then like and they do that so well. You know, they started to do it a little bit with Lestat. It's like, oh, you kind of feel bad for Lestat. And then you remember, oh no, he's a horrible person. you know, and then same thing with Armand. You're like, oh, you kind of feel bad for Armand, and like, oh no, you're and then the next scene, or maybe like 10 minutes later in the episode, like what he does with Claudia, I was like, oh no, yeah, you're a crappy person, man.
Yeah.
So it's, yeah, you know, it's that.
And he still, even after Louis said that about, I don't like how you treat Claudia, that's not right, what you're doing is not right, and he still went back and did that.
Yeah, I think too bad. It was like too bad. Oh man, the whole thing with Claudia in the play in the beginning when Louis is first time, I'm assuming it's the first time he's watching it and he sees it, you know, and I was telling Brian off screen, you can see, you know, he lips like, what the fuck? Like, you know, it's like you can tell he's like, oh, this ain't right. And the whole time he's sitting there, he's like kind of like it's damn, what are they doing to her? Like, you know, like his daughter, you know, kind of, you know. So he, you know, and it was just like, you know, and and he's definitely like, you know, the audience in that point is like, like she doesn't want this, but this is what she got, and it like that was so rough, man. That was so rough. And then when she actually voiced her opinion, it was just like, yeah, you know. But then Santiago is kind of using her, you know. He's 100% using her to get what he wants, you know. So it's like, you know, the only person who always constantly gets screwed is Claudia, you know, and
Claudia,
you feel bad for her, like from one, you almost died, and then you just got screwed, you know. Yeah, it's rough.
By your transformation, you doing the transformation at the point where, you know, you're 15 for the rest of your life, and then she finally finds someone. It was Madeline, you know, that she was finally having a connection with. Like, she's been searching her entire life to have that connection with somebody, right? And soon as she finally starts to have one, it's ripped away. And it's funny because they found each other in their despair, because, you know, what she did, she had sex with a German soldier because she just wanted to have sex at the point, whatever. And everyone in France turned their back on her, and no one wanted to deal with her anymore. So, and then you had Claudia, who has, you know, all the her trauma that she's experienced, along with it. It's just, they found their trauma, found each other, and then soon as she has that, Armand snatches it from her. Another thing, like when someone's going down and someone snatches the one piece of joy that you have, it feels like the straw that breaks the camel's back. It really does.
Yeah. But the thing with Claudia, it's like how many, like every time it's the last straw, but she just somehow like it just moves on. Like, I mean, she's like the most strongest, I think, person, but also like the most tragic. Like, you just feel so sad for her, you know, because they're taking that away, and now they're taking away like, oh, you want to be an adult. It's like, nah, you're gonna be reminded and then like Armand is like, oh no, you're gonna sleep in the dress, you're gonna live in that dress as a child. And it was like, that
was messed up.
Oh, it's so messed up, because she's like, I don't want to do this, it's not making me feel comfortable. He's like, oh yeah, well now you're gonna do it all the time.
You're gonna do it anyway.
Oh, you're going to be a child all the time.
Yeah, like
When
not
everyone
until
anyone
you
looks at you,
become
you'll be a
what.
child.
Oh,
Man.
it was that was sad. That was super
Yeah.
sad. You know, it is just like oh, you don't like broccoli? Well, now I'm only making you broccoli. You
Now,
know, it's
now I'm
like
only feeding you broccoli.
yeah, you know, I
Breakfast,
think
lunch,
there's only
dinner, and dessert.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. You know, and there's only two things you could do is just like deal with it and be unhappy forever or starve, you know. And for her, it's like what's worth her freedom or being alive, you know, kind of. I don't know. It's so bad. It's
I mean, even with that painting was even interesting of Armand, right?
yeah,
Because how feminine and boyish. I mean, and I know they aged him up a
yeah,
little bit, but feminine and boyish that Armand looked in the painting.
yeah.
And he said, "No one painted me
Was
for
that
over
supposed to
40
be
years."
Armand? I wasn't
That was
sure.
him.
I wasn't sure if that was
Yeah.
actually him or if that was just a painting that reminded him of
No,
it.
that was actually him. He's like, yeah,
Okay.
my master had this thing,
Okay. I might have missed that
made,
then. Yeah.
and he paid for it and all that stuff. And that was actually him in the painting. And he's like, that no one had painted me for 400 years since then because I didn't want to have to deal with that. And the connection that Armand still had with Lestat, even with that,
Yeah. Yeah.
that was crazy. Like he knew Lestat's maker.
Yeah. Magnus.
So like it was even more like,
yeah. Yeah. Like, it just like you tend to forget like, oh yeah, like all these vampires aren't built the same. You know what I mean? Obviously, the older you are, the more stronger you are, and Armand is pretty old. Like what he did at the dinner table, that was crazy. You know, he was just like enough, and they all, you know, he
Yep.
just
That was
knocked
awesome.
out. That was awesome. It was like, oh, you got some power, man. Like no wonder Lestat wanted to get to know you. You know,
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. Even with that whole scene was super interesting because he starts mimicking Louis, like word for word,
Mhm.
and then he talks back to Louis in Louis's voice, which was great, was so great. But then he starts to realize, he goes, "Oh yeah, you're not from Chicago. You're not even from the Midwest. Like you're a Southern boy, you know." And pinpointed New Orleans. He's like, "You're from Orleans." I was like, "Damn!" And
oh,
yeah.
you sure that he didn't just read it in Claudia's diary?
Oh, that too. What was he reading the diary at that point? I think so, right?
Yeah, because he already said he already caught her with the with it.
Yeah.
But in the rat room.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he could have
That's
already
mimic
known.
powers. Okay.
Yeah.
Which makes him, I guess, a great great theater actor.
But he also has to remember that Louis is not just a pushover. We see him being soft, right? We see him always, cowering down, but he's not soft. The dude has power. He has a lot of other things that are going for him. So, Louis is like, I can take care of myself. No problems, especially against this dude who's a child compared to Louis. He's a child.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, even like Louis saw that, like, because even like we didn't even see it as the viewer, because sometimes they'll show the blur or something. They just like he was there and now he's over here holding your tongue. It's like that's how fast he is. Like that's how powerful like Louis is, and you forget. Again, they started showing his
blood. He does.
Yeah.
He has blood.
Yeah. So you tend to forget like that Louis does got some power, and it hinted at it again in this episode, that the table scene, the fire, you saw little glimpses of it, him getting angry and just kind of send the picture on fire.
Once again, foreshadowing more and more.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? Well, okay, but what do you think about the fact that when he was showing his art to somebody else, right? That he was talking about how good it was mediocre, and you don't know how to use lights and all stuff, and he had to pull back his power, and then he found out all the paintings inside the archives weren't his.
Yeah.
So he's being fed false stuff. I thought that was awesome. And Armand was like, I don't know who did it. It was I don't know, something happened. Someone else.
He said something and it pissed off Louis. He goes, I walk that back. He goes, you better walk that. He like, I think he said the F bomb.
Oh, right? He threw a fit. Yeah, he told him F you, and then stormed out.
Oh yeah, I thought that was funny, but it was like he never explained to it. He just like told him like, he goes like messed with them. He's like, and just aggravated him more. So it was like, like when you don't want to explain something in a fight, that's what you do. You just escalate the fight to get more mad so you can move on. But and he did that really good. But yeah, that whole scene was interesting because it's just another moment in the season where Louis starting to realize
he's being manipulated.
Yeah, what don't I know? What did I quote forget? And there's that plus the scenes of Daniel seeing Armand in his head. You know what I mean? Like in some kind of memory. So I was like, it's like all this like what's real, what's a memory, like why can't I remember certain things? Like all of that's becoming so prevalent in this season so far. And I cannot wait till like a lot of this stuff starts getting uncovered and it just like blows our minds off. It's just like holy shit. So yeah.
So I mean that's something you just brought up that the whole thing with Daniel. Oh my god.
Oh man.
That's I know you want to talk about that, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and go on the Daniel thing, but that's huge.
Yeah. Well, the one that I was thinking about was because there's the trailer stuff. We can get into it a little later. But the one I was like wanted to bring up was the fire. Because he brings up the fire. He goes, oh, and blah blah blah, the fire, and then both Armand and Louis are like, hold up,
we didn't tell you about that.
We didn't tell you about that. And luckily Daniel on his feet really quick is like, oh yeah, no, let somebody look into it, blah blah blah, and then right back into Claudia.
Sound like the Chappelle show thing. You ever say like oil? Yeah, oil. You cooking? I don't know about no oil. Yeah, what? Just he trying to bring something else up, like no matter what. I thought that was
hilarious. Yeah. That's exactly what it was. Yeah, because he brings up like Claudia right back. He goes, "Oh yeah, the trauma. Yeah, you want to cry? like again, you escalate it to another thing where you're just like, don't want to talk about it. Oh yeah, remember what about this? So it's really interesting because like now is Daniel getting confused or kind of getting all his information mixed up? Like, oh, this guy, this the Secret Service vampire hunting crew guy, his info that he gave me and the info that was filtered through Louis and Armand, so it's kind of interesting to see where that's all going. Real quick. Lean C, what's up? Appreciate you being here. Said Louis is older than Santiago, I think, and he has the blood of the stronger maker. Yeah, for sure. Jorge said Armand and Daniel are deeply connected in the book, so I wonder if they will go there in episode 5. Ooh,
I hope so.
Well, they're going to have to talk about what we saw. Well, when we're starting to understand that something happened a long time ago. We saw at the end of the episode. Something happened between Daniel and Louis. And so it looks like Louis attacked Daniel. How far did this go? And did Louis bite Daniel? And is Daniel one step away from becoming a vampire? Does he just need to just drink his blood and all of a sudden he's one of them? Like how far are they going to go with this? So I thought that was really interesting that they showed all that information. And where are we going to get in episode 5? Because the issue is about to hit the fan in both worlds, the present time and the past.
Yeah. And like I think Brandman brought that up with the pacing with stuff like that. They're doing that so well, man. With like
it's so good.
The past, the story stuff, and I know it's like because I'm a gamer. The first thing I thought was like Assassin's Creed, like especially the original kind of stuff with Desmond. Where like, oh, you're in a dream and then you're coming out and you're doing like more story stuff, but you're going back and forth, and they're kind of connected, and over time they'll get more and more connected, I think. But that's why I'm more and more interested in the present time with Daniel. In the mansion that they're in, like I'm getting more. It's just not him hitting record button and going. Kind of like in the movie. That's how I always felt like. It's like he hit record and then nothing happened until like the end, really. But with this, it's like sprinkled in there, and it's more and more sprinkled in there. So I really appreciate that. But yeah, like you said, everything's gonna hit the fan. Like. At the same time in the show, like the past stuff is all going to come ahead with the fire and everything with Claudia. And then and then Daniel, it looks like they're going to take a little sidetrack to kind of catch up to present, because the preview looks like it's going to be more 70s base.
Yeah, back
with,
when
with
the original time they met.
Yeah,
that's when it is. Yeah.
Was it they keep track of the paranormal. Yeah, somebody in the comments,
the Talamasca.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah. I think somebody in our comments from our last one. And if you're watching our replay, we appreciate all the comments, because a lot of people, you have your theories, and you have information. Like I said, I never read the books, so I just know kind of what the movie and conversations and stuff like that. So like information you guys are putting is super awesome and fun. So definitely love all the guys watching our replay, leaving comments.
Because just knowing that the Talamasca Secret Society is going to link all the stuff that Anne Rice has, so Mayfair witches and all stuff.
When
all normal things are being documented, and they have everything.
Yeah. When that guy first debuted on this show, my immediate thought was Talamascan.
Yeah, with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But if they connect it that way, I think that'd be pretty awesome. Yeah. Maybe Alexandra Daddario next to Armand and Louis and Lestat would make, just in proxy, make her look better as an actor.
I mean, you can't make her look better, but maybe we can see the acting better.
Actor, yeah. We were like, oh yeah, they're not bad. I was like, oh. And what was that? How you doing now? Raish,
I'll say.
Screeners say episode 5 is the best episode so far out of the 6 episodes they have watched. Yeah, I think, did you leave a comment? I think you might have left a comment. Or I know somebody left a comment in one of the last episodes that said that too. And I was like, how do we get screeners for 6 out of the 8 episodes? Like, can we get on that list, please? Because
if you can give it to me now, I the problem with me having that is I wouldn't be able to shut up. I'll be honest. I wouldn't shut up, man. I would be talking about all episodes immediately.
Yeah. Well, see, the good thing is we can record it, and then as it gets released, then release it with the episode, so we get it out of our system. And then, but my problem is, like, you watch 6 episodes, and then I don't know how long you have to sit on the screener before you're caught up. So say if you get the screener like 2 months before or a month before, you got to wait the month before the season starts, and then 6 more weeks to get caught. So you got like almost 2 months before you get caught up and watch the final 2 episodes. I would go nuts. But if episode 5 is the best episode so far, even if the next week isn't as good, I get it, because this was a lot of setup, and it was a lot of emotion, and it was a lot of everything, foreshadowing a lot. Yeah,
it was almost like we're playing chess. They're putting all their pieces in order to this move, and all of this about to hit. Everything's going to hit the same exact time, and it's going to be so well done.
This is episode 4. So he's saying next week. My bad. I think next week is episode 5, and you're saying that's going to be the best one.
It seems like that, right? I mean, because as you said, all this was set up. And episode 5 is going to be the payoff of all of this. And we're going to see the fire. And we're going to see Santiago get, try to go off on Armand and try to go for leader, which he's so young and so stupid. And you don't think Armand is going to kill him immediately and kill everybody? Like, he stopped everybody with a blink of his eye. So you don't think he's just going to kill you? Like, you're stupid. Like, is that your plan?
That's why Louis had the best plan. He goes, I was in charge of things. He goes, let him have it. Let him think he has it. And then let him fail. And then when he fails, you come in and you can decide if you want to continue or give up on it. So I was like, damn, that's not bad.
That was the pimp in him. So I got this. Watch this.
Like, you play that long con. It was like, you need me. I'm going to show you need me, because I'm going to make everyone else fail. What else we got in the comments? If episode 5 is a mini Devil's Minion episode, Daniel and Armand's book, I fully expect to be great. That's what I think it's gonna be. I don't think we're gonna get too much of Paris stuff next episode. I don't think we're gonna get like a lot of Claudia. I think it's gonna be a lot of what Horror Geek said, a lot of Daniel and Armand and Louis in the 70s.
I think Santiago's still going to be, because you can't foreshadow and leave it right there. I think we're still going to see. I don't think we're going to see like maybe the fire, all the the culmination of all the stuff. I think we are going to see Santiago come at Armand, come at his head.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Santiago's going to lose his head.
Yeah, yeah, literally. So I'm not sure they can help Alexandria as much with a shot, I suppose.
Hey.
I don't know. I mean, maybe she gets better this next season. I don't know. We'll see. Kenny, what's up?
Kenny?
Appreciate you coming in. Rach said it's a process. You have to email AMC, I believe, and ask them for the credentials you need for screeners based on what a fan said. Okay, that makes sense. You usually got to reach out to them and stuff like that. I don't think we have a big enough following yet.
Just wait.
Yeah, that's kind of thing. And that's why I try to be big on Letterboxd to try to get more people there. I try to be, whenever I see a movie, I'll go under the Spoiler Kings review to be a verified audience member on Rotten Tomatoes. So try that. I try those things to try to help some of the credibility, but it's really just growth and how many viewers you get. But yeah, I would love to be on that list. Like, please send it. And then Lean C said Santiago was going to try to use the rules of the coven to try to oust Armand.
Exactly. And Armand's going to kill everybody.
Yeah, because I made the rules, so F you.
And he's like, I didn't even want to be part of this coven. Y'all can all die. I killed my last coven, killed them all off. So, and that was 200 years ago. I will kill you so fast.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna get the fire next episode. Yeah, I think this will be 70s based mostly. It's just crazy if it goes from the 70s base where it's gonna be a lot of Armand and Daniel and Louis, kind of those three and their story, and then that's episode 5. You still have 3 more episodes to start telling the story. So so it kind of spoils part of it, right? Because at some point they have to make up or be okay with whatever situation they're in to keep the story going. Right? I mean,
I don't know, because I feel like 8 is going to be Life Without Claudia, with Louis almost falling apart and breaking, and Life Without, and we finding out what's going on with Claudia. Like, you find out Louis finding out what's going on, what happened. He's been under this control, so you can have that episode that's all after the stuff that's going on. So that means 7 could be, how Louis dealt with the fire. So like 7 could be the fire episode. 6 could be all the stuff that led up to the fire episode, and the 5 has to do everything with the 1970s, so we know what's going on with Daniel.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking episode 7, like you said, is going to be the eventful episode where all the shit happens, and then episode 8 is going to be setting up season 3, more or less.
Yeah.
I can see stuff like
that. I can agree with that.
Yeah. So still be a good episode, but I think it's going to try to, start throwing some, crumbs out there, like, oh, hey, here's Lestat, or here's this, here's that, like little things.
Does Lestat come back in episode 8? Reappear?
That, like, kind of how we got Armand at the end of season 1.
You very well could.
And now we see the battle of powers, because Lestat's not the same Lestat that Armand saw before.
Yeah,
Lestat has now powered up. He has strong blood, and he has all this stuff, and maybe we're going to see a fight going in season 3. Not necessarily in episode 8, but maybe going into, and that's what we're seeing the lead up to in episode 8.
I wouldn't rule it out.
Yeah,
I could see that, especially if the season ends the way I'm thinking it's going to end.
Yeah. How you think it's going to end?
With Claudia meeting her demise.
Yeah.
I think that happens at 7. I think she's dead at 7.
Yeah, and Lestat being one of the people there. It's been a while since I read the book, but I believe that happened in the book. It's played out a little bit differently than it did in the movie. Lestat was present. If I remember correctly, it may be wrong.
That'd be interesting.
But,
'Cause, I mean, as much as Lestat had issues with her, I think I don't know if he loved her. I know he appreciated what she meant to Louis, and I think that's what meant the most to him. Is like, you mean a lot to the person I love, so therefore I deal with you. You know, so
I think that she's the reason like he loses his mind.
Louis,
yeah.
Oh yeah. I was thinking like Lestat. Yeah.
I'm saying Armand puts so he sees Lestat, he sees Claudia, and he loses everything.
Hey, Tony.
Armand's been holding it together, his mind, and not telling him, you lost your mind. I'm just trying to be the one that holds it together. I'm trying to keep you, insane, just regular, sane. Tony.
So yeah, they said episode 5 is a standalone. I can see that, especially if they do the 1970s. That makes sense. That missed one. I think episode 6, Santiago gonna come at Armand, and episode 7 is the fire. I believe Lestat is also coming back. I hope that's what he's saying. I mean,
fire,
nice.
I believe Lestat. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Horgy said it's interesting that Jacob Anderson considers Louis the Lestat in the Armand and Louis relationship. At least for the Paris segment. Yeah. So it makes sense with Louis manipulating Armand that time period.
Yep.
Yeah, that kind of. I can see that.
And just like Lestat is almost murdered, Louis loses his mind and he's being controlled by Armand because that's how strong Armand is.
Yeah. I agree with that. Lindsay said so many breadcrumbs were dropped in the last 2 episodes. The Talamasca, what was that? Marius. He
was another vampire.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Some new threads to follow in season 3. Okay. Yeah.
We'll get some more Lestat. Yeah.
Madeline made Claudia's infamous yellow dress.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what she had in this episode.
Together.
Yeah. Which you could tell, like, she started to notice. She goes, "Oh yeah, you look exactly the same how you did like 2 years ago. Like you didn't, get any bigger or different." Like, so she's like, "Huh," but she didn't didn't think anything about it. It was kind of like
more interesting. Yeah, how she started to bleed, and Claudia was able to hold in because she doesn't hold off anything.
No,
and she saw the blood. She was still able to hold off trying to just attack her.
Yeah, I was surprised how much she restrained herself.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like that how much she wants like an actual relationship, like an actual meaningful relationship with somebody that doesn't have baggage attached to it. It's like she goes, I can cut back on my being a vampire so me and you could be cool kind of thing, but I don't know the story with Madeline, but how long does that last, and what happens there. So because I'm pretty sure that's not the end of Madeline this season. I don't think so, but
I think she ends with Claudia if I remember correctly.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. See a few some older ones I missed. Santiago is such a scene stealer. Even his mimic powers are used much better than the movie version.
Yeah, he had such a minimal part in the movie version.
Yeah.
Who's
him in the movie version?
Stephen Ray played him.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stephen Ray played him.
See, the calm before the storm's hitting us up for what's up, what's to come.
I think what's to come. I feel like it's only you flying downhill, and all of a sudden, like you have to go into the peak, and you're about to just go for the next 3 episodes. It's gonna be so much stuff coming at you
all at once.
Yeah.
Jorge said, "I love how they incorporate Armand's story because I'm not sure why people wanted the 17-year-old Armand story from the book." Okay, yeah, I thought that was a good way to do it, where he's younger
But
and all
I worked at the
his
brothel for a little
issues.
couple of
Yeah,
years. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely a good. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know anything about that. She has Anne Rice has a thing with like younger uh
All the
younger
trauma.
people having a like trauma and stuff like that. Because I know
Mhm.
I think Cookie told us and a few other people from last season that Claudia was supposed to be like 5, in the book, which is like crazy,
Maybe she's
to
6,
see
yeah.
everything. Yeah.
She's a little
But just to
girl.
see all this stuff that's happening with this version of Claudia, I can't even imagine if it's like a 6 or 7-year-old. That's insane. You know what I mean? That's like a 7-year-old who's like hundreds. What was she? Maybe like 100? Not even. She's not even that old. She's
Oh.
no, because she was like a teenager in the
1940s.
20s.
She's like
Yeah, she's like maybe 60, 70, somewhere around
maybe
now.
6 years old.
Around there.
So but stuck in like a kid's body like that. So yeah, I guess that's why they don't last. What Armand said, it's like they just don't last because after a while you just kind of lose your mind. Yeah. So honestly, Anne Rice is just edgy. Back in the day.
Not wrong at all.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, she has a following, man. People love her. She was at C2E2 when she was still alive some years ago. Yeah. I remember I found out, and then she wound up canceling the last day because I found out like on a Saturday, and I was gonna go, but she wasn't there on a Sunday, and I was gonna try to get something signed for like my mom because my mom's a huge fan. So, but that was like when I was first going to the con. But supposedly, I think she had a lot of people wanting autographs and stuff. So
it's Anne Rice. Why not?
Anne Rice, yeah. Claudia was based off of Anne Rice's daughter, who died with leukemia at the age of 5. So interviews with Vampire Six because of her grief. Yeah. I heard that.
And probably was age 5, then that's what Claudia's supposed to be. 5.
So I'm guessing seeing Light Them Up in the next few episodes would be bad taste.
It might be.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, anything else? Any other parts that you guys wanted to bring up or talk about before we end it?
I mean, just there's something, when she said we've been waiting for this. It's supposed to be you and me and you. And every time you're in love, you throw me to the on the side. Just whatever, get rid of me. And I thought that was really tough to even watch and hear. And it reminded me of can you imagine that he was her father? And every time you're in love, you cast her to the side. It just, man, that hit me. It hit me real deep. Right here.
Yeah.
Right in
I
the
mean,
heart hole.
because in a sense, it feels like Claudia was almost like a Band-Aid baby, in the show between her and between Louis and Lestat, in a weird sense. I mean, it wasn't an actual,
100%.
but it kind of was, and yeah, it was that whole scene was so, because she goes, you and me, and then she changed it to you and him. I think she said something like that, and then changed it up and just cut herself out of that equation kind of thing, and it's so rough, man. You see, it feels so bad. Then she finds out that Louis told that Armand knew about it, and he's like, oh yeah, he knew about it from day one. I was like,
and then she said, but you filled in all the gaps.
Yeah. But what is how they see the same person, and they have different different types from that same person, because like Louis is like all about love and like, oh, he's helping me get over Lestat, but meanwhile he's like I know what you did. If you don't do what I say, I'm gonna tell and we're gonna kill you. So it's like blackmailing her with the same thing, with trying to fix Louis for the same exact thing. It's like it's crazy how like it just shows how Armand sucks. Like he's not a good guy.
No, he's a snake.
Terrible leader. He's all about himself, and he hid it for 400 years when in his depression, when he's not connecting with anyone else. He's just depressed, and that's why he hid all the negativity. But he's really just he's a power hungry, not even power hungry. He's just terrible with power. He should never be a leader of anything, let alone a company listen to anything. Like, he shouldn't lead the marching band. Like, he shouldn't be nothing. Like, there's nothing about him that screams leader. And the fact that he's in charge of everything in France is just with all that power.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? The famous Spider-Man with great power becomes great responsibility. He has no responsibility. The dude is awful.
Yeah. He's not good. He's not good. Let's say I even joked about Claudia being a mistake. Yeah. The actor who plays Santiago, Ben Daniels, was also in Apple's Foundation series. Just read he is also supposed to be appear in Rings of Power. Oh, okay.
Cool.
I'm in the very, 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 very small group that liked Rings of Power. I thought it was pretty good. It's not great. It's not gonna lie.
It was fine. Mm-hmm. That's what I think.
Yeah.
I don't have the fiery hatred as
some of these people have. Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
I can say the same thing about Transformers.
What?
I don't have the fiery hatred that some people have.
Oh no, that sucks.
Well, you know how I feel about most of the Transformers movie.
You can see Tank just turn to a red person, just red, and tell about all spit hot fire about how terrible it was.
Yeah. I won't even open that can of worms, except for, with the exception of maybe two of them. Brian, you know how I feel about the Transformers movies.
Well, you feel one way. Tank hates it so bad, so much that anyone gives any credit to it. And so it's so funny to see him get so angry.
Because you're just accepting crap, because like you've been giving crap for so many years from the Transformers thing, from the franchise. So now you're like, oh, that looks cool. Like, yeah, but it sucked.
I think Transformers 2 and 3 are like the first times I wish I could fight a movie.
2 wasn't as bad, but it was the beginning. You were like, oh, what are they doing?
2 was just obnoxious in like every sense of the word. Yeah. And then 3 had a couple tolerable moments. But I remember it was probably like the first movie since Battlefield Earth that I got like visibly fidgety during. Like, I just started to fidget like midway through.
Yeah.
And 4 I got up and walked out of when Michael Bay tried to justify statutory rape in the movie. And then and then 5 I just didn't even bother with. To this day I have not seen 5.
The Mark ones are bad.
I should
I had to get dragged to Bumblebee. I had to get dragged to see Bumblebee, and I ended up liking it. And then I was middle of the road. Like, I found Rise of the Beast at the absolute least tolerable.
Yeah.
And I will leave it at that. We can go back to the topic.
Don't even say that. Don't even say that to Tank. No, you don't. Tolerable.
I know I'm in the minority when it comes to that. Because they're making G.I. Joe crossover movies with Chris Hemsworth now. So.
Was Chris Hemsworth in negotiations? My money's on him playing Duke, which I think will be cool.
Transformers were Bay at his most unhinged.
They were always unhinged. That was a disturbing trip into Michael Bay's mind.
Metal and explosions. Just.
I will say this. I think about Interview with a Vampire and think about Claudia being at age 6, how this movie would change, how the show would change if she was that young.
Yeah. because they aged her up a little bit. I think it worked to its advantage.
It does, but can you imagine the same thing going on if she was 6?
It
How
would
would she have a
be
connection with somebody?
yeah. When you're seen as a child, as you don't understand things,
Mhm.
and like, even how can you even talk? Can you imagine? I can't even imagine. Can you imagine like having a deep conversation with like what was your I think your youngest is what, 7 now? Even
7,
at
yeah.
7,
No,
even at 7.
I'm like
Imagine having like a
Katie.
deep conversation like,
Mm,
"Oh, yeah, what do you think about World War II and all, man, all this great," like all these things was like, what? Like, you're not supposed to know this stuff. You're a kid, so it definitely like makes people more suspicious, I think.
Mhm.
But when it comes to all the sexualization of it, a lot of it, that it becomes like hard to watch. You know,
mhm.
you know, it was hard. Like, I think Kristen Dunst was an amazing Claudia.
Oh, she was great. She was great.
Yeah, and
She
I
was
think
so good.
she was oh my god, she was so good. But you had to kind of age her up, I think, in the show, and it made sense in the show too.
It makes
You're
more
able to
Mhm.
sense and
do
it's a
things.
lot more tolerable because if it wasn't done this way, it wouldn't make any sense. Being a preteen or being a very young teenager works so much more and so better because they have that problem that you're not an adult and you don't look like an adult. You don't have those things. Your body's never growing into the things that you're just. I mean, you always have that inside out.
Jesus Christ.
The perks of
Talking about
living in the
inside
city.
out, right? Because the
Yeah.
new feelings that they have,
Mhm.
because they and all teenagers, those early teenagers, have those new feelings. Yeah, right.
Mhm.
And that's what and can you imagine having that inside you, but being 65 years old? Can you imagine
Right?
dealing with that? And that's why it was so genius to do it at this age, because we all been through it, we all understand it, and it makes the story a lot more tolerable.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a thing. I mean, anybody in the chat, knows, or leave a comment. Um, if one of the issues being made under a certain age like that, 14 to 16, with hormones going crazy, and you become stuck at that age, does that stay on just on loop forever? Does
Are you
that help
always that
contribute
craziness?
into, like your hormones are never um finished, like falling into place as you do as you get older,
Or
like
are you always looking for your group? Because that's what you do when you go in high
when
school. You're
you're
looking
when you're
for your
yeah,
group, the ones that make me feel like I belong.
yeah,
Mhm.
I don't really want my mom and dad or any of them family. I want my own group that makes me feel like I belong where I am.
yeah, yeah. Angel Owen said, I felt the age change was a great move for the series. It made more sense. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. Because then she can go to college and just look young. You know what I mean? A 5-year-old can't go to college, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you know, so, but yeah. The siren just got louder and louder. It's the Madam Web stolen ambulance again. And Brandon is in the tank tops and off smoking lights. Turn off. Oh, there we go. There's Brandon Davis. What's up, man?
There he is.
On that BS.
It's no BS. It's good stuff.
Yeah, the BS means what? I was thinking what, Brandon sexy or something like that. I don't know. Like, oh man, that's Mama Bear's BS. But yeah, cool. I think we can finish that up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So episode 4 was really great. Some people in the live chat said episode 5 is gonna be like the peak of all the screener ones. The trailer looks, or the previews look really good. I can't wait for that. We're gonna be here next Monday talking about that episode as well. This show is amazing on so many
It's
levels.
so good.
So good, and I wish more people would actually give it a shot, because it is really, really good. It's really good,
Mhm.
But yeah, if you're watching on replay, leave any theories you have, any ideas how it's going to end, any info that we might have got wrong or mixed up. Definitely leave comments down below, with all that stuff. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, because we're going to be talking about this for another 4 more weeks. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have a lot of fun with it. We're gonna try to get some other people who are big into the show that joined us like the last year and stuff like that. We might have them come in and chit chat about the show a little bit with us in the upcoming weeks. So make sure you come and check that out with us. But we appreciate everyone on the live chat as well. Make sure you guys stick around, because we're gonna move on to our next topic for the night.
On to the next one.
All right. Real quick, I don't think I branded this off. So I got another merch shirt. Show it off real quick. I don't even see it. It's the Wolverine X-Men. The brave always die first.
Always dies first.
It sucks. The green screen's kind of killing out, but it's like the yellow from like Wolverine yellow kind of color. Yeah. So this one actually came out really nice. I wasn't sure it was gonna come out good on a print. Yeah, so if you want to support us, it's somewhere on our channel. You can go to the Teespring link and order some shirts. But we got this one. We got the Gambit Remember It, a Hulk again, and another one. I'm trying to think of one for Interview with the Vampire. I don't know what, but I do want to do something for Interview with the Vampire. So if you guys,
what would you? Yeah,
Interview with the Vampire. With the Vampire. I heart vamps. IWTV.
And in the heart to like 2 vampire bites.
I was gonna say, you should have a Team Armand and Team Lestat.
It's like, do you want a shitty person or the other shitty person?
The other shitty person.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Anybody got any ideas? Let me know. But yeah. You want to do what you gotta do, Brian?
Yep. Give me a second.
And we'll just go over through some comments real quick.
All right.
Brandon Davis said, I'm gonna bring Brian down. Have y'all discussed the Venom trailer and the new movie with Brad and George Clooney? Not yet. Those are both on the docket with Moana 2. Those are 3 trailers I do want to watch tonight. The Venom trailer I haven't watched yet. The Moana one I wind up watching just because it's Moana, and the Wolves one I haven't watched yet either.
Yep. Watch the Venom trailer. Have not watched the Moana or Wolves trailer.
Okay. So yeah, we'll get into that. And Colt Lords, what's up, Colt Lords? Going on, everyone. If you're in here, go check out Colt Lords. They're also from Chicago. We love these guys. They just dropped their Planet of the Apes review. So go check them out. But we appreciate them coming in and saying what's up. Missed you guys at C2E2 this year, man.
Right.
Yeah, but
kind of bummed out about that.
Yeah. So what we got? More Transformers stuff. Rise of the Beast should have ended with John Cena's character recruiting the guy to G.I. Joe, revealing his new codename Duke. That would have been
awesome. That would have been cool.
That would have been really cool, because then you could tie in Bumblebee, the Bumblebee prequel. I think would have been nice. Because John Cena is in that one. So
yeah,
that would make sense, because also I feel like the Bumblebee prequel didn't fully connect to the Michael Bay stuff.
It was very much.
Yeah,
heck, it was almost like a full-on reboot, not even a soft reboot.
Yeah, like you probably could if you wanted to, but I feel like it could have. It was like a reboot, like you said. I felt like it was going down a different direction. So that would have been nice. Maybe they didn't want to pay John Cena. I'm sure he is not cheap, but yeah. Mama Bear said the Transformers movies are okay. During one of them, as the soldiers were jumping out of a helicopter, I started singing "It's Raining Men."
You want to say that was the third one?
Yeah. Brian kind of brought up like why I like the 2010 Karate Kid. In 1984, Daniel was 16, doing things that earned him some beatings. Yeah, redoing it with a 10-year-old makes it more understandable. Yeah, understandable or was that 10-year-old doing it? Because who was
Jaden Smith.
Jaden Smith? Yeah, I'm like, it was yeah. Now, I'm kind of curious to see what they do with Jackie Chan and
Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio.
Ralph Macchio.
That one sounds interesting.
Yeah, because like, are they just saying he is Mr. Miyagi, or maybe he's a son, like an unknown son? I don't know how they're gonna run that.
Who, the new Karate Kid?
Yeah.
They haven't said who this character is going to be.
Yeah, but like obviously, Ralph Macchio is Daniel, but then Jackie Chan played, Mr. Miyagi.
Mr. Han.
Oh, that's right. He wasn't Mr. Miyagi, right?
No, his name was Mr. Han.
So I guess he could be the same character. Wow.
It's going to be interesting, kind of basically saying that they're one in the same universe. Because aside from some of the minor, aside from some kind of like tweaks here and there, it was a pretty close remake.
I don't think I ever watched it.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was fine.
Yeah. It's never. I was like, if it's ever on TV, but it's never on TV. So
right. Yeah, it's never on TV.
No, the original like first two I see on TV all the time. Well, not all the time, but a lot more often. But
yeah.
Brandon said, I watched Atlas, and it's like 3 movies stuck into one.
Please don't make us open up that can of worms.
Yeah. So hopefully, hopefully I can get you and Brian to go on Chill Stream, because I know Chillmonger wants to do something, make a review for that. So I haven't watched but
I'd be more than willing to do that.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys would talk about that soon. So but we'll talk off stream about that stuff. Hey, sorry, cat's walking on my keyboard. Are you guys excited for House of the Rising Dragon? See how was it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. It starts June 16th. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm super excited about that. Yeah. It's gonna be crazy because on Mondays, man. On Mondays, we got to talk about Interview with the Vampire. June 16th. When is that?
That's a Saturday.
It's in like 2 weeks. Yeah. So we'll have Interview with the Vampire starting to finish by then. Because if we get episode 5, so it'll be 6, 7, 8. So Interview with the Vampire will be done by the 30th of this month. So we'll have 3 weeks where Interview with the Vampire and House of Dragon overlap. So that's gonna be like a busy Monday for us for sure. But yeah, that's gonna be awesome. Definitely nothing original about it. That's what I heard. There you go. I said Rising Dragon, I meant House of Dragon. That's what I thought. I was like, I don't know if it was a joke or something you did, because well, yeah, that'd be good. Interviews of Harry merch I would rock would be Rio Rashad, right? T-shirt. That's kind of funny. I do like that. I do like that. Maybe like a silhouette of like Daniel and like another dude, because he always wears like that collarless, like kind of fancy shirt or something like that. That would be kind of cool. Rio Rashid. I do like that one. Yeah, I might play around with that. I do like that though a lot, because then it's very relevant to the show Interview with the Vampire. So yeah, I like that. Appreciate that, Lindsay.
Yeah, that's a great idea, actually.
Yeah. because I definitely like the sayings, like the same thing with the X-Men stuff, to remember it,
The remember it,
brave
yeah.
ones die first and stuff like that. So what a wonderful day. They're all like sayings from those like movies or shows. So Real Rashid would be a good one. I like that one.
I want that one right now. The Real Rashid.
Yeah, I was thinking of like different like ways to like make little things, but I like that one a lot. Do you think Chris Hemsworth could play? Who do you think Chris Hemsworth? Duke is the obvious answer, but I could also see him Wild Bill, Dusty, or Flint. If they give him like just one of the stupid like G.I. Joe guys, is there an Australian G.I. Joe? I mean, I know they're all supposed to be like American, but
American Great American Hero is their Australian one.
It could be.
Yeah, look what the live action movie did.
So is there any? I don't think there is.
Well, you guys are looking it up. I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Bring them down. Yeah, because they that slogan's a real American hero. Well, yeah. What if they have him play Sergeant Slaughter or something with his super heavy Australian accent? Like, he's not like, his American accent isn't great. Like, it still has a lot of Australian in there.
So he has an American accent.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know. It'd probably be. See, but if he's Duke, that means he's gonna be like the dude. Like, how many? Like, he would have to sign a big contract for many movies. I know
he doesn't want to do that again.
Yeah. He already said like, he has that whatever illness that he knows is gonna affect him sooner than later. So, he doesn't want to act for long. So I don't know. Duke would be cool. It makes sense, like you said, but I guess even maybe somebody else. So, Jackie Chan is playing Mr. Han in the new film. Yeah, let's see there. So one thing I appreciate with the remake was, unlike Miyagi, Mr. Han never harms anyone in the movie, only disarming and using their own moves against them. Okay, I like that. I like them. Oh, let me change the background before I forget.
Oh, look at Louis.
Yeah, I know. I want to make that small and put it like in the corners and stuff like that. Yeah, I just keep forgetting to make one.
That's what we got to do. Yeah, change this.
To what?
We did this. And then the interview with the vampire. Because you can see it.
Yeah. I can switch it up. I think I just grabbed this one and threw it in here last week and clean it up, make a good one. You see, Zach Quinto got banned from a restaurant for being a dick to staff. I did not see that. Really?
I mean, he's played Spock, so you can see that. Then he's the dude off of Heroes. He ruined Heroes.
Skyler. He didn't ruin Heroes.
No, well, his character being terrible ruined Heroes.
I think
season 2 ruined Heroes really more than anything.
Well, that was the writer's strike more than anything, because they just literally stopped in the middle of season 2, because of the writer's strike, But I thought you're gonna have to go on that because I love Heroes, and they're supposed to be doing a reboot too, supposedly. But the problem with Skyler was he was so OP'd, and which is fine, but you need to have the good guy version of that, which was Peter. But then they nerfed Peter so fucking hard, where it's like, oh, he can still have a bunch of abilities, but he can only have one at a time. I was like, then he's not as powerful as Skyler. Skyler was the dude. You know what I mean? Like, he was the bad guy, and he was so OP'd where he just had so many powers. And then he found out how he can steal powers without fucking with your brain. You know what I mean? You know, with so Kristen Bell's character, where he figured that out with, you know, and then he still, you know, he just like fucking with the brain because he's crazy. you know. I was like, you can't make a bad guy that OP.
You can, but you can, but you
And
have
not,
to have. I mean,
you need
see,
to
I
have
mean,
a
Dark
counter.
Side.
Yeah.
Dark Side. You have
Like Superman,
Thanos. You have all
Oh,
you have some of them. You have to have someone on the other end that could handle it.
yeah,
Or
or a
multiple
group,
people. Yeah.
or a group. You know, and the problem is, like in Heroes, they kept trying to make like a little group, and it just never worked out. It just never worked out, and it was like 2 people, maybe 3 max, like no more than 3 ever together. So,
Well, it's kind of like the boys.
yeah, but at least you have the 4 of them, 5 of them now, or something like that. You know where Butcher, Mother's Milk, Frenchie. I forgot the girl's name and the other guy's name.
Starfire or Starlight. I mean, and then what's the other one?
Oh yeah, the Wolverine, bootleg Wolverine chick. I can't think of her name. I'm having a brain fart on her name. So, but yeah, but I mean, at least they're also crazy. Like what's his name? Homelander is crazy with superpowers, but also like Butcher is fucking super crazy too. You know, now he's got powers and shit. And that's one thing I didn't like, that I think they did that in the book. I think in the comic book, I don't think he ever takes an EV because he never wanted to be like them. I could be wrong, but I don't think he ever had power. Some of the other guys would pop it, you know, but he would never. I could be wrong. It's been a while it's been a couple of years since I read it. Because after season 1 is when I read all the boys.
That sounds like you.
Yeah. And they changed so much though. They changed so much. And for good.
Some of the stuff was so hard to you couldn't even put.
I mean, they had the
television ever.
But they did the superhero hero-gasm. So they did that.
Hero-gasm.
And I didn't think they were gonna do that. So
man, that was crazy.
that was super nuts. Especially when Mother's Milk opens up the door and just
gets a face full.
But even they've changed like Mother's Milk for like they changed him, you know, like the whole reason why his name is Mother's Milk, you know, like I think I can say it without it spoiling, because I don't think they'll ever get to it in the show. But in the comic book, he doesn't have some power, but he has it's this weird thing that he has where it's really fucked up. He has to always have his mother's breast milk on him to drink, like at all times. Because if he doesn't, he like pretty much shrivels up and gets weak and like dies. So the only thing that keeps him strong and big is his mother's milk. So the thing is, like, his mother is so old and senile now, and they literally make her into, like, in the comic books, like this really old, big, like, woman with like these gigantic, like, old lady tits, and it's really disturbing. and there's a part where what's the guy's name, the main character from the boys, not Butcher, but the
Huey.
They make Huey in the comic book go there for something, and she doesn't know it's not him, so he like sucks the milk. Yeah. Oh man, he's like, it's So that's why his name is Mother's Milk. Like, I don't know if they told you in the show why it is that or not, but
I definitely don't remember that.
In the comic book, it's wild because he obviously stops breastfeeding, and when he stops breastfeeding, he's almost dying, you know. And then, you know, they were poor. I think she had to, like, give him more breast milk, and he got strong again. And then that's when they figured it out, like, oh, that's what makes him strong and powerful. Yeah.
Can you believe that the boys comes back
this month,
Thursday?
Right? Yeah. Dude, this whole month is crazy.
3 episodes. 3 episodes
nice.
next Thursday.
I can't wait. I can't wait. We're getting The Boys. We're getting House of Dragon. We're still gonna finish up all of Interview with the Vampire this month. The Acolyte, which I'm not psyched about, but I'm interested because if it's good, and I'll be happy.
I'm not interested about, but I'm very interested in hearing more about the Old Republic because it just seems like so cool. I would love to see
the Old Republic. It's the High Republic.
The High Republic. Okay, the High Republic.
Different.
Okay.
Yeah, the High Republic is fucking stupid. The High Republic is a Disney made era. It's not old Lucas, so that's an era not made by George Lucas. So yeah, and the book sales don't do well. The comic books didn't do well. So because that was what they were doing. They were setting up the show. So in order to set up the show, they were doing the books and the comic books and the kids books and the adult books and all that stuff to lead into the show. None of it sold well. No one gave two shits about it. You know.
But maybe it's better for TV, made for TV. Maybe it'd be better for that. See?
Maybe. But I just hope I didn't have to read all that fucking shit to understand what's going on right now in the show.
No, I mean, you would have to understand the different fashions, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to be.
Yeah. So was there ever a scene in a movie or show that made you stop watching? That made me stop watching?
Yeah, the statutory rape scene in Transformers 4.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah, it's
I walked out of the theater. I walked back into Edge of Tomorrow for the second time.
Nice. Far superior movie. Martyrs came close for me because there's some scenes in Martyrs where I legit had to look away. And it almost got to a point where I'm like, I don't know if I can watch the rest of this movie. But I did because I had to.
Stuff with it's too much drama. I actually stopped watching Empire because it felt like it got so stupid, and there was so much drama. And every episode, every new episode was like crazy on top of crazy on top of crazy. I couldn't deal with it anymore. It was too much for me, so it just made me stop. Cold turkey. Stop.
Wow. Well, first season or
no? This is like season 3, probably. By that time.
Yeah, which that makes sense. By that point, they kind of have to up the drama to keep the story going. You know, so you have to make all these crazy shit. Oh, fucking cat! Great, get out of here! Fucking stepped all over my keyboard. Closed out like 2 windows. All right, again. Oh, okay. Kenny in here. Kenny said, "The Boys, House of Dragon, The Bear." Yeah, The Bear comes back. This one too.
Is The Bear already out?
So June 27th.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It was like the end of the month, right? Yeah.
Yeah, season 3.
Okay.
I gotta watch The Bear like in spaced out increments. Yeah. Just because it blasts my anxiety through the roof.
Yeah. So your blood pressure doesn't go up.
Exactly.
Pull up this Venom trailer. We start watching a couple of these trailers, and then
well, maybe you throw up this Venom trailer.
Yeah, I know. I might have to send it to you. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell's going on my internet. So I'm gonna order some Cat 7 internet lines. I was like, it is not gonna be on my end. So
two of the Gen V cast members are popping up in The Boys,
which is cool.
Yeah, makes sense too.
Mm-hmm. I'm really excited for season 4, right? 5.
4.
4. Mm-hmm. It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be nuts. That's what we know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's gonna be So when White Canary died in Arrow, I dipped a few episodes after that. Yeah, not because of her, but because the overdramatic mourning of Oliver was too much. Yeah.
But no.
Yeah. There's some times in all those CW shows where it's like it gets good, and then it becomes a CW show. You know what I mean? And you're like, oh fuck, why? I don't care about the love triangle. Like, yeah. Those are all the Flash had it too.
I don't care what y'all say. I watched all of the Flash. I don't care, Kitty. I watched it all.
Brian's the only one that watched the finale live. No one else watched it.
Even I didn't watch it live. I watched
as much
it.
as you watched it live.
Oh,
nice. Even like small.
Go ahead. The Flash lost me when Iris said, "You're not the Flash. We are the Flash." I'm like, you're lucky. You're lucky. You're fine.
The dumbest thing you ever said. Yeah,
she said a lot.
We are the Flash.
I know.
They all Flash bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, she was fine, but I thought Excess was finer. I don't care.
Oh yeah.
It's like, I'll go.
It's just crazy. It was like, you're just as old as everyone else in this cast, but like, because they want you to be like a 18-year-old or whatever, 20-year-old, like super young. It was like, what? Like, no, you're not a kid, like
she had to call them dad. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I think that's what threw me off, because then she shows up in Percy Jackson and she's Medusa, and
still fine.
Good, yeah. So another Black Flag, I think.
Black Sails.
Black Sails.
Mm-hmm.
she's in that one.
Super fine.
Jessica Parker Kennedy, yeah.
Yep.
Good Lord.
Yeah. So it was kind of weird. I was like, oh, how old is she? I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, oh, she's not young. It had to be camera tricks or something, because they made her really short too to make her look younger. And I'm like,
oh, she was always
but she's not that short. Like,
but she's younger. I mean, she's older. She was older than what's his name?
Grant Gustin.
Right. Was she?
She's our age. She's older than me.
Yeah.
In real life, like, she's older than me.
Yeah, that's why it was weird. Like, she's supposed to be a kid, but I was like, nah, like what?
She sold it so well.
She did. She did.
She's the finest, man. I don't know. I almost went to Calgary. I was like, look, bro.
I like that.
I will become Canadian in a second. Oh, Canada. I'll learn the national anthem and everything. Let's go.
I like that. That's great.
Can't remember which million of the melodramatic monologues from Barry made me drop the Flash.
It's never
sure more than enough of them, huh? But no, Barry was the least of my annoyances on that. I thought Grant Gustin was consistently really good.
Exactly.
That was a lot of the other ones.
And at least he wasn't Felicity Smoke. Holy shit! I remember. I remember when she showed up and everyone loved her when she first debuted.
Yeah.
And then it didn't take too long for everyone
to roll their eyes all at the same time.
To just hate her.
Because she was like, "Oh, you're this like cool little nerdy girl that's good with computers, and you're shy, and then you become like the fucking CEO or whatever the fuck." I was like, "What?" They're like, they
worked for Fast and Furious. You go from boosting cars and running street races to being in space,
being super spy.
Yeah, they went from boosting cars to Ocean's 11 to the A-Team to basically now like basically the Avengers.
I was like, they're the Avengers right now.
Yeah, we're gonna get time travel and shit. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, instead of a snap, it's like a backfire, an engine backfire.
Yeah,
like go pop, and then it's like everyone gets dusted. Oh god, Silly Smoke. She was hot, but just keep going back and forth with being dope and annoying. That was it was a stupid love triangle.
Her constant dry crying like just drove me up the wall.
Yeah. So Arrow gave me Michael Jai White's Bronze Tiger.
That was awesome.
That one was cool. I wish they would have used
is cool. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Michael Jai White's the man.
Just doing stuff.
Yeah.
So just talking to Kimbo slice out the punch in a 1-inch punch. Like I'll just watch it all.
I know. And if he's ever at C2E2, that's definitely a buy ticket.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
I want to go there and listen to him have a panel and just talk about stories. Just give me stories that he has because he knows everybody.
Yeah, he's been around for a while.
Yeah.
You know how old he is?
He's got to be like 57.
Yeah.
Right?
3 or 4, probably.
54. Okay. Aged him up a little bit. Real quick, Marie Henry said was that Marius is Armand's creator and Magnus is Lestat's creator. They have two different they are two different vampires.
Yeah, they for whatever reason they retconned it in the Queen of the Damned movie to it being Marius, which
really?
Personally I thought it was dumb. Yeah. It was
that both Armand and Lestat both had the same creator in the Queen of the Damned.
Well, Magnus made Lestat early on in the Vampire Lestat novel.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The Vampire Lestat. I thought Magnus did make Magnus did make Lestat, and Marius did make Armand. I thought that was what it was.
Yeah, we might. The Marie might be on watching the Lisa, but yeah. Jorge saying Marius is still alive. That'd be cool.
That would be awesome.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, here you go. Mama Bear said, or here, I can't be the only one who thinks Brian looks like Michael Jai White. Brian wishes.
I've heard that. I've actually heard that for the last decade.
No,
especially when I had a short haircut.
Yeah, man. I keep going back and looking at some of the older stuff because we had like some old videos claimed, like really old. I'm like, really? And when you were like, they're like still like baby dreads, like they weren't like fully grown up, like, but they weren't like short, like when you first came on one of the shows.
Dude, I just can't believe I have dreads so much that I actually braid my dreads now. Like that's
great.
That's all right. When I turn 40, going back short.
How long are Marvin's now? I haven't.
Oh,
he had his were
down his back. It's down.
Yeah, I mean they were already pretty long the last time I saw him, so they have to be like even longer now, right?
Yeah, it's stupid.
Now I want to cut Fast and Furious clips with the Beck Guardian Super. Oh, Mama Bear, please do. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's funny. Oh man. If you guys get me an autograph, I'll be happy. Oh, for Michael Jai White. Yeah, if we ever meet
Michael Jai White.
That'll be on our
I don't know if I can give you one because I might get 3 of them. Like I'm holding all of these.
Yeah, like several for myself, right?
Sign Spawn. Sign this guy. Sign this guy. All different characters.
Can you give me one for my wife? What's her name? Brian.
Right. Brian's wife, but you can skip the last part. Or Brian W. Moni. I swear the.
Yeah, Joe Manganiello.
Sorry. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was.
Oh yeah.
Like one of my single biggest disappointments with the failed DC universe is that we never got to see more of him, and we never got to see him and Batfleck square off. I was so excited for that. I thought that would have been awesome. When I heard he was Deathstroke, I was like, "That's perfect."
It really was. It looked cool, and then him with Jason Momoa would have been really cool. Like he's That would have been super cool. That's why a lot of the casting for a lot of the Snyder
DC
stuff
has
was
always done good casting, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the stories
Yeah.
that just try to rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just they just didn't build their universe the right way.
What's his name? Lex Luthor, though, that was not a good casting. That would be one I was like,
Le- oh, you didn't like Lex Zuckerberg?
Lex
Zuckerberg.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know
We
what
gotta hurry
that.
to get to these
Yeah. We're getting going.
Get through these.
The one in DCU looks like could have been great as well. Yeah, it was gonna be good. All right. Let's check out Venom. So I brought it up and it hasn't lagged me yet. So let's let me know if you guys can hear it before we get going.
Tom Hardy in that screenshot just looked like, what am I doing here?
That was most of this movie. You guys hear it or no?
Yeah, we hear it, but you lag as soon as you say it.
See, yeah, I just because I don't get how the lag is because like on my end it doesn't show any.
Bar's like, finally.
I know.
All
Right?
this talking.
I'm gonna send you in chat the link. I don't know what man. It's so annoying because I messaged somebody in StreamYard. I'm like, hey, is there anything I could do? Oh, do this. I'm like, yeah, I do that. I do that. I do. I'm like, I do all that. Like, oh, well, call your internet provider. I'm like,
say it must be your fault somehow.
And pretty much that's it was like, oh, it has to be the internet. But I'm
you
like,
say, man, you sound like Louis. This is terrible.
Yeah, blaming everyone else. Yeah, finally, yes. watch Venom. I don't without because he has the Venom look. I just don't like it's all veiny.
Yeah, I don't like the lack of a big white spider logo. I don't like all the veins.
Yeah, it needs to be the actual. And I don't know if anything's gonna happen in this trailer, but I doubt we're gonna get that from Tom Hardy, which would kind of suck.
Which sucks, yeah.
Because in that first movie, in the first one, I'm not a big fan of it. I liked it; it was fun, but he was definitely the only one that gave two shits about the movie.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, I feel like they tried, but there was just a lot of issues with number two.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all right. You got it up.
Ready whenever you go.
Let me get it ready here. All right. Let's watch this thing. All right, welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer, and we're Brandman Brandon, Brian DeGrizzly, and we are going to react to the new Venom: The Last Dance trailer. The official trailer came out earlier today. It is already #1 trending, almost 13 million views in 15 hours. Holy crap!
How many of those views were you, Brandon?
Say what?
How many of those views were you?
Just one.
Just one.
Of course, he still watched it.
He's like, well, nah. All right, let's check it out and let's see if we like it or not. All right, man.
My home has found us.
You should probably know that I have a really dark and unpredictable side to me.
Stop speaking.
I'm giving you a chance, sweetie.
Say when.
When?
All right, hold on. It's like super laggy.
Super laggy, right?
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah, because it's like frame by frame. Even I'm watching it on.
Really?
Yeah. You're not laggy. Just the video itself is super laggy. It's like frame by frame. It's like 8-bit.
Man. Wasn't for me.
Oh yeah, not for you.
Worked
I was watching on the replay and it was pretty bad. You guys watching it? Yeah.
Eddie, my home has found us.
Oh,
hold on.
I was like, no, it's gone.
Oh, it was working?
No, it was still pretty laggy.
Because it wasn't lagging when I was looking at it, so that's why I can't tell.
Sure, more tripping. I don't know what the hell, man. If I might play with it, see if I can download the trailer and actually put it in StreamYard. I don't know.
I don't know if it take too much of stuff.
But at least it'll be in StreamYard as a file and not going off the internet. You know. What resolution do you have? At 720. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, cat. Yes, I know. Better.
You should probably know that I have a really dark and unpredictable side to me.
Stop speaking.
I'm giving you a chance, sweetie.
Say when.
When? What are you? We are.
We're Venom!
We are.
Venom!
No. Yeah, we are. Venom. We're gonna need to work on that.
Delicious! You take me to all the finest places.
I need to tie up those.
We always knew it was impossible. That we were alone in the universe. And it's our job to make sure that remains a secret.
Let's go get him.
Oh, shit! We are fugitives. On the run. In the shit.
Yell into the tree, my friend.
You mean it?
No! This is chance.
Hello!
There has to be a reason they're after us.
Eddie, my home has found us. Jesus Christ!
There's an army coming that cannot be beaten.
As long as Venom lives, everyone, everything will end.
We may not make it out of this alive, buddy.
Eddie, the time has come.
Be honest with me. How fast do you think you can get that thing to go without killing it?
Only one way to find out.
Okay, that last part was pretty cool.
The last part was, yeah.
With the horse. That was pretty cool.
Interesting trailer.
I didn't love the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I just hate that they make Venom this like he sees somebody bigger than him and he's like, oh shit, now run away. Like, oh, put me back. You know, it's like we did that in the last movie. Like, no, come on. You know, Venom is a badass. You know, I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It just kind of like I just feel like it's gonna be more of the same, more of like number 2.
I can see that. Yeah,
I don't know. I think 2 is hokey. I think this is going to be different. I have other problems with it. I mean, because they're going. So all the symbiotes that are going to come from his other planet are going to be looking for hosts. So, like all the characters, I'm what I'm expecting him to be one. The girl, the lady in yellow, I'm expecting her to be a symbiote. I'm expecting all of them to be a symbiote at some point in time. And we're seeing that type of thing, that type of fight. But I think we're seeing the hokey part in the trailer. But the idea behind it, I think, it's not Venom, but at least, I mean, this is a decent start, I guess.
yeah. What was up with like? I thought I saw Chiwetel Ejiofor's character in that same bar from the mid credit scene of No Way Home. Looked like the same bartender, just kind of looking kind of dressed down and with long hair. So what's up with the timeline, or not the timelines, but what's up with just what universe does this take place in?
Well, I think what is going on is that he's worked for the government. He was in like he was in a costume trying to hide out, from him, but he's trying to keep tabs on it. So it's the government coming after Venom. I think that's what we're getting more than anything. The government's coming after Venom, and then his plan is going to come out with their symbiotes, and then other symbiotes are going to be attacking other hosts. So they're going to have all type of hosts. So it'll be Eddie Brock, versus other people coming in. So it's going to be weird, but I guess okay, because I mean, I just thought that Carnage was awful. I'm hoping that this will be.
Yeah, it wasn't great at all.
No. So I'm looking at that bar scene. So it's weird. So because at the end of, I forgot what movie, where he gets pulled back. At the end of No Way Home, like Eddie Brock gets pulled back from being in the MCU timeline.
In the MCU, yeah.
Whatever his time, but he left that one of the little ooey parts, right? There's like 125, yeah, right there. He left one of the little gooey parts, but that's the MCU timeline. But it looks like I forgot the actor's name, but the guy who plays Mordor, Mordor.
Yeah, Mordo.
In this one, which is like, okay, like we're gonna do that. But so is that happening in the main universe? But he's also in the Sony universe. I don't like.
Yeah, it's 2 different characters.
But he's
not Mordo.
No, he's not more. No, he's his own person. Don't get me wrong. It's just the same actor. But he's in that universe, grabbing the part that was left behind in the MCU timeline. But then he's also in the Venom timeline.
No, I don't think he's grabbing the part that's in the MCU timeline, because that's going to be saved for Spider-Man 4, because the symbiote's going to merge with Spider-Man in Spider-Man 4. So this is only, I think, back into the Venom universe.
So he just left another little piece of Venom laying around. Like that's why it's like, or I mean, it could be just a completely different symbiote too.
Yeah,
might not necessarily be the same one. It could be something different. But
that's why I think it's something different. It's not the same one, or this is a flashback before they took it and before it left.
Yeah,
but I don't believe that's going to have a problem with the timeline. That's going to still merge with Tom Holland, Spider-Man, and we're going to still get the black suit Spider-Man.
Right, we need that. It's just I don't know. I'm just not loving it. He's Venom dancing with the
Mr. Chen.
Mr. Chen
I was
again.
like, what reason is this happening?
Yeah.
They're like I'm good with dancing Venom. Like I don't need to do. We don't need to do that again. You know, like
Uh,
even in the beginning, you know, where he's like, "We are Venom." Like, I, it's
I didn't find it
funny.
as cringy as you thought, but yeah,
It's
I
funny.
understand.
No, it's funny, but it's also it's not the Venom that I want to see. Like, you can't give me 1 minute biting heads off, and the next minute is like kind of like goofball like that. I don't know.
mhm.
Kind of did.
No, that's exactly what he did, you know, but it's not Venom, you know. And that's kind of been my issue since day one with this whole franchise of it is it's not Venom. You know, it's kind of like their version of Venom, but it's fun. Like I said, it's fun enough. I don't hate it, but you know,
I don't know. I
yeah.
guess I just didn't have a huge Venom. I don't care. Venom still, though he might be one of my favorite villains. They're not
Mhm.
making him a villain, and he's still just a villain to Spider-Man to me. Just no matter
Yeah,
what,
which
no matter what. So it's just it does. That's why I don't hate it as much.
Mm,
yeah, in which that really disappointed things for me. Like Venom being a hero or anti-heroic, and then
Yeah,
Venom just doesn't work for me unless he works at the Daily Bugle and has that like seething hatred towards Peter Parker.
Mhm.
This is just I don't know. They just made him just a nothing of a character, unfortunately, which sucks because I've always liked Tom Hardy. I think he deserves better. Even in the trailer, it just kind of feels like he's going through the motions.
yeah.
Um,
He's over it, but I think that's also what they're saying. Eddie Brock is over
mhm.
it too.
Yeah. I'll be done with it. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's also that's the whole issue with the Sonyverse is you want to do all these Spider-Man things without Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Without Spider-Man,
It doesn't work. It doesn't
make it
work.
make sense.
Yeah. Venom, you could do a solo Venom stuff. Don't get me wrong. He's probably the most familiar and well loved villain from the Spider-Man villains. But I think
Yep.
he would have to be with Spider-Man at first in order to become the anti-hero. You could do something like
Yeah.
Agent Venom and you could do something like that later. But you can't start
Yeah.
off with that anti-hero. It doesn't make any sense.
No, and it yeah, it just came out of nowhere with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Venom and Spider-Man can't start off being friends. You know what I mean? Like they have
Exactly.
to be enemies and then eventually blah blah blah. You
Mhm.
can do storylines where they're friends and they work together because they do in the comic
Yeah.
book, kind of, so but yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean I'll probably watch it, don't get me wrong. Like I
I
said,
mean, probably
I
good.
enjoyed them well enough, but
Mhm.
It's not for you.
yeah, I mean I'm not a repeat watcher.
Same.
Yeah. Watch it once. If I hope it's good. Don't get me wrong. I want it to be good. I love Venom. I think he's super awesome,
Mhm.
But he's got to do good.
How much did Let There Be Carnage make?
Oh, I think it made a pretty decent amount of money, right?
I mean, I know the
Yeah.
first Venom made $1 billion. Did Let There Be Carnage make what 600, 700?
Yeah. Like I I'm not as big as a Venom fan as Martin. I think Martin is a pretty big Venom fan, but I do enjoy
Mhm.
Venom. Yeah.
Throw
I
this. I'll be
know.
right back, guys.
Yeah. I think Venom 1 and 2 made together a pretty good amount of money.
Venom Let There Be Carnage made $506.9 million.
That's not bad. That's
And
solid.
number one made 856 million.
Wow. Damn, number 1 made 800.
Mm-hmm. And 850.
850. Number 2 made 550, I think you said.
506.
506. Well, so 5. That's a pretty big drop off. I think
You also have to remember Morbius only made 167,000.
No, yeah, and I think that's part of the problem too. Let me bring it real quick. I think part of that's the problem too is you keep making crap stuff, and now people kind of learn that gimmick. They're like, oh yeah, this is not gonna have Spider-Man on it, and this is your own thing, Sony. So you might have got us in Venom 1 where we were expecting to see Spider-Man, but by Morbius we figured it out. Like again, by Madam Web they definitely figured it out because everyone hated that. So but I think Venom will do pretty good. I can see it making another 500 for sure. I can see it making another 500 for sure. 800. I mean, it has to be a good movie. I don't know, but definitely 500.
It has to be word of mouth. But people have to be going to see it multiple times. It's hard.
Yeah, Travis said. Venom was just under 900 million. The sequel 500. Yeah, outgrossed Shang-Chi.
Yep, it sure did.
Yeah, but I think Shang-Chi also didn't have a full theater run too. Didn't it come out on like a Disney Plus like pretty quick?
Well, I feel like that's the new world now.
Well, no, they're changing it. Inside Out 2, they said they're giving it a full 100 days before they do anything else with it, and then after 100 days, they'll see if it's good enough to keep it going. So,
I mean, look at Godzilla and Kong, Godzilla X Kong.
Yeah,
waiting for it to come to my house.
Yeah, well, but another good Elemental. Like Elemental did well in theaters because they just left it in theaters for a while.
But that's Disney that can do that. But there's a lot of things that things that Dune came out in March. We're in June.
Yeah.
Not even 90 days when it came out.
Yeah. Fall Guy, 3 weeks.
Yep.
3 weeks before you can rent it at home. Which is crazy. But they'll probably well also this is Sony. Sony doesn't have a streaming they don't have a streaming service, but they can still put it out for like rental on like Fandango at home and stuff like that. But I think they're gonna give it a fair shake of like a solid like 3 months. I could see that.
I sure hope so because as I said, we haven't had anything last 3 months. Nothing that started in March is still out in June. Nothing has had 90 days.
No,
there's no
it's
such thing.
It's crazy to think how quick the turnaround was for the Fall Guy.
3 weeks. 3 weeks. Not even a month. They had no faith in that movie, and I think it would have got some more money if they just left it playing for a while. But I don't know.
Me too.
I think that there's this thing, this thought process that it's like the movie system is actually trying to kill itself. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know John Campia talks about that a lot. That if the theaters die, it's because of the theaters. Or movies. So well, I don't know. We'll see how that goes. But this one might get a good run. Let's see what you guys in chat are saying real quick. Let There Be Carnage was worse than Morbius. The movie was horrible. I don't like that. I don't like the Carnage movie, but I don't think it was worse than Morbius.
I don't know. It was
bad. It was bad. It was bad.
So the only thing that I really liked about Let There Be Carnage was the mid credits was the mid credits stinger. I thought that was awesome.
Damn. Yeah. People want to go see a 2-hour movie just for a minute at the very, very end of the credits. How do you pronounce the name? I know that's the dude who plays
I think it's like Chiwetel Ejiofor.
Okay.
So that's why I would say Chiwetel
Ejiofor. Yeah, makes every movie he's in better. He's an amazing actor. He really is. He's a really good actor. So at least I mean, also we thought we know the Carnage guy. I'm trying to blank on his name.
Woody Harrelson.
Another great actor, but that didn't.
Whoa. You are really stretching great when you talk about Woody Harrelson. Chiwetel Ejiofor and Woody Harrelson are like, hey, I love Michael Jordan, and then I love Brian. Like, we are not the same. We both play basketball. We both could dunk, but we're not the same thing.
Wait, who's on a higher level?
Oh, Chiwetel's 10 times better Shakespearean actor, like a really great actor. Woody Harrelson's a dude.
Well, I wouldn't sleep on Harrelson. You know, he's turned in some great performance. True Detective. He was great in Out of the
True
Furnace.
Detective is the one thing I thought that was. What's the other thing you said?
I liked him in Out of the Furnace. I thought he was pretty good in that. What
I think
else?
he's a character actor because, like, things I had in like
Mhm.
Zombieland 2, and
Natural Born Killers.
Natural Born Killers. And I liked the idea. Yeah. And I liked the idea of him as Carnage, as Cletus Cassidy. Just because I've always been a Spider-Man fan. I've always liked Carnage a little bit more than I like Venom. But it was just another case of them not doing as much as they could have with the character. If we're talking about Carnage, like in addition to the movie, in addition to them, like they should have written a better movie. Like if you're putting Carnage in a movie, that should be a hard R right there. But I like the idea of him as Cletus Cassidy, aside from the varying ridiculous hair pieces they gave him. Hairstyles they gave him.
He should have been. Like, that was right up his alley. Like, here, be a goofball, and it just didn't work. Again, they made Venom afraid of Carnage. Like, he's like, oh, he's the red one. Hide. Like, bro, you're fucking Venom. Like, what?
I still think Woody Harrelson was ever great in a great actor in anything that I've ever seen. Like
White Man Can't Jump, People versus Larry Flynn, 7
Those
Pounds.
are not great movies. Like they're not on the level of what Chiwetel's done. Like his movies are like things you can watch, like as a master class in acting.
Yeah, he's a great actor too.
No, yeah, he's an amazing actor. Don't get me wrong.
He's an amazing actor. Yeah, I'm not even
close to that.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like him in was the Lion King remake, just because he screamed all of his lines.
Yeah, it's the Lion King. I blame that. It's funny because
there's a lot of issues on that movie.
I mean, I don't care if you talking about American Gangster or Inside Man or I'm not gonna talk about anything in the Marvel movies, but 2012 was good. The Martian, 12 Years a Slave. I mean, I think he actually does an unbelievable job in all his stuff. Even the Old Guard, just Talk to Me was great. Like those are great movies. Like he had to be a great actor, and it didn't matter if it was entertaining or action packed or anything. He just does an unbelievable job. I think Woody Harrelson is in himself a character actor.
I'm trying to think.
I'm a stud.
I'm thinking, like, besides 12 Years a Slave, was he ever the leading man?
I don't.
He's always. Sometimes he's co-starred. Like he had that movie.
Co-star. He's mostly co-star.
He had that one like pandemic movie with Anne Hathaway, like Locked In or whatever it was called.
Lockdown.
He does a lot of. I forgot what the name of it was, but it was on HBO Max. It was
The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. Was that one of them?
Yeah.
I think he did that one.
Yeah. But he's a great actor.
Yeah, he's a really, really good actor. Like he's really good.
What was it even?
But like having another actor.
Yeah, like he adds cred to this. But what were you gonna say, Tank? I think you were about to say
like having another actor that actually gives a shit might be I think important. Like I would say Woody Harrelson probably didn't give a shit. It was probably like, oh yeah, it's a bunch of money. Yeah, I'm gonna get.
He might have been high. He's like he says he's high 60% of the time.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just bad script is a bad script. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll never forget the first Venom when Tom Hardy like comes out of the water. He's like, my arm was broken, and no, it's not broken. I'm like, yeah, no fucking shit, dumbass. Like that's horrible. Like, why? You didn't have to tell me that as the viewer. Like, you're telling that to Venom, the dude who fixed your arm. So it's like, I it's just like, I think the first one was a gimmick. I to me, it did well because
Most
people were
people
like,
love the first one. First one's actually
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, like
the first one is the
it
better
was
one.
a
Don't get me wrong.
surprise hit.
Yeah, yeah. The first one was the better one. Because I think it was super goofy. But but the second one was shot better because you can actually tell the difference between the veiny goos. The first one was hard to tell. Like, oh, look at that. There's a black goo and then the gray goo. And wait, what? What's happening?
I hate I hate every part of the second one. So I don't think it was even shot better. I hate every part of it.
Nah, it was definitely shot better. It was
the
story was sucked.
Which is crazy to think to think Andy Serkis directed that.
Yeah, that's probably why it looked
cartoony. It looked cartoony. I didn't like it. I saw it. Let There Be Carnage, and even Carnage, how he looked, and I just didn't like, and even the transformation between Woody Harrelson and Carnage. I just didn't like any of that.
I didn't like that either. I didn't like how they made Venom look or Carnage look.
It just didn't look good. So I probably like it. Yes, but I didn't like it.
I mean, I can make an argument. None of the symbiotes look good, including Venom. Sorry,
Venom. You just don't like how he should look. But I don't think that Venom looks bad. I just think that it's not what you're used to seeing from Venom.
That's Venom. It's like, oh, here's Spider-Man, and like he wears the paper bag and his underwear for 3 movies. I was like, cool. He wore that once in a comic book where he was a goofball. Like, it's not his suit. That's not what he wears. It's like same with Venom. Like, yeah, cool. Venom had this look for a little bit, but that's not his look. So I don't know. Maybe they got a tip from Bryan Singer. Like, you don't need to make it look like the comics. No one gives a shit.
No one cares. The comic accurate suits will look ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just do whatever you feel like doing.
Yeah.
They probably can't use Venom with a Spider-Man. So
why? They own it. They own the rights.
I think it's weird how the law how
Sony owns Spider-Man. They just lend them out to Marvel.
Yeah, if you lend it out to them and you sign a contract, that they probably can't use that property as they're lending it out. You can get money off of it, but you probably can't use that property again. And I think that's probably what's going on. And that's why they're trying to build it. As soon as they take it back, they could probably put another Spider-Man movie out.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm not sure. So
I don't know. But I mean, do you? I don't trust Sony with another Spider-Man movie. That's the problem.
Do I really want that? No.
Exactly. Like, let Marvel keep playing with that toy. Actually, in fact, give them more. I thought they were going to do. That's what I thought they were going to do with Venom. They were going to put him in that universe and let him play that toy box with all.
Same, and I'll always be disappointed that they didn't. They booted him right back out.
It made no sense. Besides to leave a little bit of goo, and that was it. Yeah,
I think we're going to enjoy Spider-Man 4. I think we're really going to enjoy what we get out of it.
Oh yeah.
I like you already looking at that and not like Venom, but Spider-Man 4.
I think,
but you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Don't be wrong.
It'll be okay. Yeah, I have no problem with it. It'll probably make $500 million.
I'm there with you. That last scene with the horse looked pretty cool. I always liked in the movies when the Venom symbiote went to other people, like went to his ex-girlfriend. Thought that was kind of cool. The horse looked cool. Somebody in the comments said like they're glad it's shot in the daylight, so now you can legit actually tell them apart. So, and that's actually kind of ballsy to do. That you have to put money into your CGI for that stuff. But yeah. Leaving goo behind in a bar. How cliche. That's funny. I hate when I leave goo behind in the bar. I I gotta say, I'm glad Kyle's not in here. Otherwise, he would like 50 jokes about that.
Oh man, yeah, all
man.
day.
All right, let's go ones. First one made a bill. I personally do not like the first one at all. The second one, I actually despise the second one. So, yeah, all right, I'm there with you, Kenny. I feel like a much younger Woody Harrelson would have been great in the role. Yeah, speaking of which, every one of these roles are too old for the characters. Man, I didn't even think about that, but that is spot on. That's exactly. Yeah, Woody he's got to be almost 60, and him playing like
he is in his 60s. I think he's like 62.
Yeah, which made no sense. Like you said, back in the day, like Natural Born Killer Woody Harrelson, that would have been awesome. And I think that's what they were expecting.
You couldn't do CGI. Like he should never have been Carnage. He should never been. That's just terrible casting.
You should have got somebody younger, somebody maybe a little bit newer who wouldn't mind pushing it with being crazy like that. But
and it's a stronger actor at this point in time. You know, Woody Harrelson. Yeah, what I'm saying, Woody Harrelson before Marijuana, probably a better choice. Yeah,
I don't know. That man was always high. Didn't he say he was on Cheers? He was still smoking or drinking or whatever.
He said, he was drinking. He gave up. I believe he gave up alcohol and chose marijuana.
Yeah. He said Eddie Redmayne, whatever, would have been great as a Carnage.
Okay.
That's interesting. I feel like it would be he would be like, that's beneath me, right? I mean, I don't know. He seems like that kind of actor where he's like, I'm better than that.
Eddie Redmayne,
right? I mean, I feel like I don't need to do that.
I don't know, man.
He did Jupiter Ascending. Nothing's beneath him.
I was gonna say, Jupiter Ascending. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
That's true. I'm not.
I'd love to see his delivery of Carnage of the lines.
Oh,
just saying some of his lines in this kind of quiet voice like this.
And then start screaming.
And then start screaming. And then bring it down low
again. Oh, man. He ain't too big for anything. I mean, really,
I don't know what you guys talking about. You saw that Jupiter Ascending.
He'd make a good. I could see him as Cletus Cassidy.
Yeah, he's already a redhead, right? Or
redhead, kind of lanky.
Yeah.
I'd have rolled with that in the right.
I mean, it would have been cool. I would have been cool with that. Jupiter Ascending more like Uranus dividing. That was the sequel.
I'm gonna steal that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal that.
One of Skarsgård's would have been great Carnage.
That I can see.
I mean, they're Skarsgårds.
You're talking about Boy Kills World and stuff. I mean,
Oh man, we need to review that. We need to definitely review that because that was an awesome movie. That was a fun fucking crazy movie.
A crazy movie.
They would get on that and finally watch
it. It was violent,
all over the place.
Oh man, that shit was violent. But it was goofy at times. It was good though. It was good. I liked it.
Cool.
Oh, we missed Mass Man. What's up, Mass Man? I'm just so down with Venom movies. I'm just so down with Venom. I hate both of them, and the third one is just beating a dead horse.
Literally, you saw it.
Yeah.
Trust me, I get it.
Yeah. So I think he said, "I'm just so down with."
Done. I think he was trying to say done.
Let there be Carnage made too dang much for his quality. Yeah.
You're not wrong.
500. I was expecting really greatness with Andy Serkis directing it, but I don't know what happened there. Oh, here we go. Martin said Venom has always been a goofball through even the 90s comics. Oh, even through even in 90s comics. I don't remember. I didn't read a lot of his stuff in the 90s. But I don't know. There's a lot of newer stuff that I know of him, and he's not a goofball.
Yeah, but they didn't make him darker until almost 2000 or like 6.
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, For the last 20 years, he's been more of a serious character, but he wasn't a very serious
But I
character.
even remember him in the '90s cartoon. He was kind of not a goofball. In
Pretty
that,
serious.
Yeah. He was
Well,
pretty
yeah.
serious.
He was darker. I think that's what it was, but I don't think he was very
Yeah.
serious. I don't know if I remember him being serious, but you know, I definitely remember being a darker character overall.
Yeah. Yeah. Mogus, I'm glad I don't have to pronounce his name. Yeah. All right. So a date movie, Travis. Uranus dividing. All right. Let's finish that one up there. But cool. Yeah, appreciate you guys checking us out, talking about Venom: The Last Dance, the trailer reaction. Yeah, I think we're all kind of over the board with it. We'll see in the comments. You guys were kind of different thoughts. But you know, leave a comment. Let us know what you think about it. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you a fan of the franchise? You can't wait to they do something different with it. Is this the last one? Is this the last one with Tom Hardy? I don't know. Leave a comment. Let us know. If you're sticking around in the live chat, or if you're watching us in the live chat, stick around because we're gonna finish things up for the night. That's it. You know, I'm getting tired.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, really? Huh? I had no idea.
No idea. Oh, here, let me finish this poll real quick.
Hey, Brian, look.
Exactly.
We got damn, we got 37 votes. That is awesome. 51% for Bad Boys, 27% for A Quiet Place, 18% for Inside Out 2, and The Watchers 2%, which is a lot higher. That's higher than what I thought. I thought it was gonna be
2%. Who voted for The Watchers?
Who hates themselves?
M. Night, come on, M. Night.
Yeah,
came on and snuck into this poll.
I'm hearing because you like some people got to watch it early, and they officially can't say, but the rumors are like it's actually pretty good. But that's what the rumors without anybody coming out saying it yet. But if it's good, I'll definitely go watch it. If people are saying like it's worth a watch,
if it's good, if it's worth a watch, yeah. It's not really on my radar at all at the moment.
No. But cool. Yeah, we got here. We'll watch Moana next week. Moana is, I think it wind up being the most watched animated trailer for Disney ever. And right before that was Inside Out 2. Inside Out 2 had it, then Moana 2 dropped it, and it took the title.
Moana 2 is so good.
It's gonna print money. It's gonna be insane. If Frozen 2 made like 1.4 billion, something like that, Moana 2 is gonna make a bill.
When I say he got his own money, he got his own money.
His own money.
Yeah. When is that? Did we say when they release? Or they release in November?
November 27th, 2024.
Man, you know, all right, Brian, you're gonna want Thanksgiving, right? Yeah, right around Thanksgiving, leading into winter break for all the kids and stuff like that. Like, I mean, Brian, are you just gonna buy tickets every week? Every week,
I need stock, and you know, I hope it's available for video by Christmas time.
I doubt that. If you want to buy Disney stock, right now is the time, man. It's been kind of low, but I think once all these movies start coming out, the Disney stock might pop up again.
Yeah, I think right after Deadpool Wolverine, want to go through the roof.
Yeah. But what's Disney? Disney's at 102 right now.
Oh wow, it is low.
It's low. Still higher than when I bought it. Oh, real quick. You guys see the dude who was doing the proxy war for Disney? The Peltz guy? You know, where he wanted to take over some of the board spots.
Yeah. I did.
He sold all his shares. He all his shares sold out. I think he got like $118 per share. He got like about $1 billion from selling his stock. I was like, but that's 2 failed proxies that he failed, you know. So he's like, fuck it, I'm done.
Ain't made money on the endeavor still.
Yeah, made a shit ton of money on it. But I think when I
Not
bought
even mad at it.
yeah, when I bought stock, they were like pretty low. I think it was like at 90.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, it's gonna pop back up. If it can get to 140 again, I'll be happy. I will sell that shit super quick.
Sell.
Yeah. But all right, let's get out of here.
All right.
And let's new Disney songs for me to sing. Yeah.
At least 4.
Yeah, at least. Yeah. And you know they're gonna be good because they're Lin-Manuel Miranda songs. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Me and my family will be there day one. All right. Episode opens portal into a bar that says no one wants this and plops the symbiote back into Sonyverse. That's I do like that. Or he just like flicks it off of like Wolverine's shoulder. Like, yeah, wrong franchise. All right. But cool. Let's get out of here. Appreciate everyone hanging out with us. We got a bunch of viewers today. Thank you guys. If you're watching on Twitter, appreciate you guys over on Twitter. Come over on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. We're gonna be doing our giveaway pretty soon. So we're like 5 away. So, but yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate all the members. Right here, Mama Bear, Big Afford Entertainment, Omar, Dre Mack, Zach Attacks, Brandon Davis. Oh, that's an old one. I'm sorry. The Road to Wisdom, which is Danny, Cleves, Kenny Sparks, and Mr. YouTube 92. That's Brandon Davis's old name. We have to put his new name in. My bad. But cool. Appreciate all the members. Thank you guys so much for being a subscriber, for checking us out. Come back and check us out on Thursday. Be talking some more trailers and probably a bunch of other stuff. But cool. See you guys
Thanks,
later.
everyone.
Good night.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys. Thank you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here.